Doctor Who is turning 60 this year and it's still looking pretty fine. But how did we get from this
We can never rebuild the world outside
to this? Well, it's the 60s. There's a Beatlemania going round. Humans are going to space and America gets our young hip president.
We choose to go to the moon!
In England, 1963, the BBC wants a new sci-fi series. They want this show to teach children about history and science, but in a cool way. Producer Verity Lambert, director Waris Hussein, and the head of BBC drama department Sydney Newman come up with the idea of Doctor Who. They cast William Hartnell to play the first Doctor. But what's the show about? The Doctor is an alien that travels in time and space in their spaceship, the TARDIS, which stands for
Time and relative dimension in space.
That's disguised as an old English police box that's bigger on the inside. In these adventures, they meet aliens, different people from history, go to different worlds, and have a fun time all in all. The iconic theme tune is composed by Ron Grainer, arranged by Delia Derbyshire with the BBC Radiophonic Workshop. This also comes with a freaky opening title sequence. 23rd of November, an unearthly child airs. At Coal Hill School in the 20th century, teachers Ian and Barbara are concerned about a pupil.
Susan Foreman.
She's kinda weird.
Postdecimal system hasn't started yet.
They follow her home to a junkyard where they find an old man.
Oh, go away.
Susan's grandfather, the Doctor.
Oh.
They hear Susan inside the police box and barge their way inside. They are shocked to find it's a spaceship that's bigger on the inside.
But it was just a telephone box.
The Doctor ends up having to kidnap them and sets the TARDIS in flight as they end up in the Stone Age and get up to some shenanigans. The Doctor, Susan, Ian and Barbara are the first TARDIS team. Uh-oh. The team lands on a desolate planet with high radiation levels as they come face to face with the Daleks.
Well, move ahead of us and follow my directions.
Mutated beings stuck inside a metal casing, only wanting to destroy.
Exterminated!
They become the iconic enemy of the Doctor. They defeat the Daleks and we escape Skaro and head off to the past to meet Marco Polo and to the far future. As we continue, something has invaded 2167 AD Earth. It's the Daleks. They get defeated by the gang. And, uh-oh, iconic moment. Bye-bye, Susan. She stays on 2167 AD planet Earth with her new love, David, to clean up the mess.
One day, I shall come back.
As quickly as we say goodbye to Susan, we say hello to our new companion, Vicky.
You killed Sandy. Why? What made you?
We visit a space museum, and now
The chase is on.
the Daleks are back. And they're chasing our heroes through time and space. As the Daleks fight off robots, mechanoids, the gang find a human prisoner on this planet called Stephen.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Who later on stows away on the TARDIS and becomes a new companion.
Stephen!
Ian and Barbara find a way back home and leave the Doctor to be back in
London 1965.
The new gang meet another Time Lord, the Monk, who is a menace to time. They are easily defeated and we won't be seeing them again.
Doctor!
We head to a Galaxy 4 with these cheeky chumbles. We gain a new companion, Katerina from ancient Greece. Vicky stays behind because of, you guessed it, love. The Daleks return with a master plan, like a 12-part master plan. Another companion joins the team, Sarah Kingdom, but Katerina gets ejected into space and dies. Then Sarah gives her life to help defeat the Daleks. A lot of deaths in one story, but it only means space for one more companion. Dodo joins Stephen and the Doctor, and we meet the celestial being, the Toymaker, who lives in their own domain outside time and space, where they love to play games. He gets defeated by the Doctor, and he might return again.
But you defeated him.
Yes, just at this moment, but there will be other meetings in another time.
And now, a cowboy episode.
That's the last chance. It's your last.
We say bye-bye Stephen, and later on, bye-bye Dodo, and now, hello to Ben and Polly. Oh no, William Hartnell is getting too old and ill to play the role of Doctor Who. What do we do, says the BBC. Well, just recast the role of the Doctor and then somehow put it in the lore of the show. The first Doctor's final adventure, we meet the Cybermen in the North Pole.
They will not return.
And the first Doctor is dying from old age, and from there they start to regenerate. Probably worth mentioning before, the Doctor can regenerate, which means when they are hurt or killed or dying, every cell in their body changes, including what they look like, so that's pretty cool. Little footnote, at this point in the show, regeneration is known as renewal. That term is not coined until later on in the series. Iconic moment, the first Doctor regenerates, and we say goodbye to William Hartnell. And then we say hello to Patrick Troughton, who'll be playing the second incarnation of Doctor Who. Kicking off this new era, we get a new logo and a brand new theme tune. The second Doctor is much different from the first, being a bit more younger, has a funny little haircut,
Oh my word!
and is pretty goofy. Oh, and they can play the recorder as well. But on his first adventure, we meet them again, the Daleks,
Exterminate all humans.
and we meet the Doctor's boyfriend. Scottish lad Jamie McCrimmon joins the TARDIS.
Try to give us a smooth take-off, Doctor.
And I mean new best friend. Please don't hurt me, Fraser. Then we meet Krabs and we say goodbye to Ben and Polly. But then we go back in time to meet Victoria Waterfield in a nice mansion with a crazy scientist. I do hope nothing suspicious is going on. It's the Daleks, of course. And they're pretty evil. And dizzy. And the Cybermen are back, but in a tomb. Pretty neat. We meet an intelligence that's pretty great at using Yetis. They use them in the Himalayas. Oh, another enemy, the Ice Warriors. And now, oh, a Doctor clone. Wait, remember those Yetis? They're back, and they're in the London Underground. Train fans and Doctor Who fans cheer everywhere. We meet this guy called Colonel Lethbridge Stewart. He'll be important later. The Doctor gets this neat gadget in the next episode.
What's that? It's a sonic screwdriver.
But for now, we say goodbye to Victoria, and we see the Cybermen again in space. New companion time, Zoe Herriot, a genius from the future, and then we see these funny dudes. Quarks! And now, back to London, and that colonel from before, he's now a brigadier and in charge of some group called UNIT. Oh no, London has a sewage problem. It's Cybermen, an iconic shot outside of St. Paul's Cathedral, more Ice Warriors, and it's an end of an era. Patrick Troughton confirms to be leading the role of the Doctor. The final story, The War Games, airs its 10 episodes, where we say goodbye to Zoe and Jamie, as their minds are erased with the Doctor and they're sent back to their time by the Time Lords. Oh yes, we meet the Doctor's species,
Time Lords!
and they exile the Doctor to Earth and force him to change his appearance.
You can't do this to me! No. No.
It's the 70s. We get roller discos and ABBA. And this man called Davy Jones wondering if there's any life on Mars. Doctor Who is just getting as popular as it ever was. And who do we get now? An actor already high on their list, Jon Pertwee, joins the show as the third actor to play Doctor Who, but he regenerated so hard that the show is now in colour. We get a brand new opening title sequence and theme tune. And now the Doctor is stuck on stinky, stinky Earth.
Ah, jeez, and you got the stink lines and everything?
They are back with UNIT and team up with the Brigadier and new companion, Liz Shaw.
Exactly.
This Doctor is very suave and dresses like a king. In their first adventure, the Doctor meets the Autons, plastic dummies that come to life. We meet some Homo reptilia, also known as the Silurians. Fiddling around with the TARDIS, the Doctor ends up in a parallel universe where the Brigadier and Liz Shaw are evil. The Doctor safely returns from this universe, and Liz Shaw has quit upon his arrival in the next series.
Miss Shaw went back to Cambridge.
Now we say hello to icon Joe Grant as the new companion.
I'm your new assistant.
Oh, no.
The The Doctor also gets a yellow car called Bessie.
So let's ride, let's ride. Let's ride.
Bessie, how dare you go gallivanting around like that?
The Doctor faces off against the Autons once more, and then we meet this guy called the Master.
You will obey me and no one else.
And guess what? They're a Time Lord too, and they're pretty evil. The Doctor knows this sort of karate. What's it called again?
Venusian karate.
They also wreck the Master completely.
But you haven't seen the quality of my footwork yet.
We meet Axons, Sea Devils. And all in all, we have a really fun Earth time with everybody. And what day is it? It's Day of the Daleks, and they are back. They're gone. Oh, look at the time. It's anniversary time. 10 years of the Silly Alien show, and William Hartnell comes back on a screen.
I seem to be stuck up here.
Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee team up, and they are fighting Alpha? Beta?
Omega.
Yes, another evil Time Lord who lives in an antimatter universe. The Doctors defeat Omega with the power of friendship and a recorder. Oh yeah, the TARDIS has been fixed, so the Doctor can go to faraway planets in the BBC studio parking lots and quarries.
Look, they've sent me a new dematerialization circuit. They've given me back my freedom.
Honey, I Shrunk Doctor Who and Joe. What we're gonna do about it? Wales is covered in maggots and they are disgusting. They defeat the maggots and Joe meets Welsh eco-boy Clifford Jones. They end up getting engaged and she leaves the TARDIS and we get a really sad ending. We need a new companion. How about Elizabeth Sladen? She plays an iconic companion called Sarah Jane Smith.
I'm a journalist, Sarah Jane Smith.
Here's a potato. Back in London, there are dinosaurs roaming the streets. Another Dalek episode, this time with powerful music. And who is this good-looking fellow? An eye with arms? Are you scared of spiders? Viewer discretion is advised as we go to a planet full of them, and they love crystals. Unfortunately, the Doctor gets radiation poisoning as they head back to Earth to regenerate in front of the Brigadier and Sarah Jane Smith.
A tear? Sarah Jane?
We say goodbye to the third Doctor, and for the first time the words regeneration are used to process the Doctor goes through when they die.
Well, here we go again.
But who will replace John Pertwee as the next Doctor? Tom Baker. The fourth Doctor is eccentric with a long scarf and is now the face of Doctor Who for parents of the 80s who will never shut up about it. He's ready to save the universe and to trip up over his scarf. We are back with the unit and the gang is here, Brigadier and Sarah Jane Smith, as they fight a giant robot. Sarah Jane Smith is here to stay with a new companion, Harry Sullivan. Apparently, he's an imbecile.
Harry Sullivan is an imbecile!
In this series, we go to space where there's an ark. We meet the Potato Boys again, the Sontarans.
Knocker!
Ever wondered who made the Daleks? Davros is his name.
Exterminate!
Making evil tanks are his game. The Cybermen come back, that was alright.
Excellent.
We meet shapeshifters Zygons in Scotland.
Very good, very good. Almost impressive.
Harry stays behind and we say goodbye to him.
I think I'll stick to Intercity this time, Doctor.
The next series, we find out there are pyramids on Mars with an ancient evil, and we meet Morbius. No, not that Morbius. Along with these guys who appear as previous incarnations of the Doctor. That's cool. I bet that gets explained next week. Give me a hand with this, please. No, not like that, Sarah. The Doctor has been summoned to Gallifrey and can't take her with them.
So I can't take you with me. You've got to go.
So the Doctor drops her off to Croydon. No, wait, Aberdeen? We say goodbye to Sarah Jane Smith. There is a deadly assassin on Gallifrey, as opposed to a friendly one, with the crispy boy. Wait, that's the Master. The Doctor gets a new companion, Jungle Gal Leela. She joins the Doctor and they meet deadly robots and they go to Victorian London.
We don't want to be conspicuous, do we?
We get a new companion in the shape of a tin dog, K9.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Also, the Sontarans have some fun in the TARDIS pool.
Meanwhile,
the BBC do some spring cleaning and throw away some tapes to make room for the new. The BBC junk a lot of the first, second and third Doctor episodes, so now a lot of Doctor Who is missing. Back with the Fourth Doctor, Leela is going now.
I will miss you.
And we are joined by Romana, who is also Gallifreyan.
My name is Romana Dvaratnalunda.
I'm so sorry about that. Is there anything we can do?
She is tasked to help the Doctor find the key of time in a series-long arc. She regenerates a couple of times because... Slay! And ends up with Romana 2. They have fun adventures, meet some Daleks, go to Paris, see the Mona Lisa, and they head off to Cambridge and meet one of the campest Doctor Who villains we've ever seen. Unfortunately, this episode never makes it to air. Let's hope we get 3, 4 or 5 versions in the future. It's the 80s, and it's all about going to malls, listening to Madonna, and making mixtapes. It's pretty rad. Doctor Who enters the 80s with Tom Baker, and it's still going strong. And Romana goes away with K9. We gain a new companion, young math nerd Adric. Then we head off to Traken and we meet Nyssa. Whoa, put the gun down, buddy. The Master's still crispy from before and needs a new body. They decide to grab Nyssa's dad's Treymas's body.
Oh, he's stealing!
Aussie gal Tegan is off to work, but her car breaks down. So she goes to the TARDIS, thinking it's a police box. Psych, you're now a companion with no choice. You'll never get to Heathrow now.
Take me right back where you found me, Doctor whoever you are!
Tom Baker has been here a while and changed Scarf twice already and had like more than 5 companions in his own run. Not a fan of the way things are going, Tom decides to leave the role. JNT, the producer, is already in talks with a new Doctor Who. Peter Davison, thinking he was too young to take on the role, is a bit reluctant, but in the end says yes. After falling off a radio dish, the Fourth Doctor is a goner, iconic regeneration.
It's the end. But the moment has been prepared for.
The weird ghost crusty guy we've seen in the whole episode was the Doctor all along. And enter Peter Davison as the 5th actor to play Doctor Who. Spin-off alert! Sarah Jane is back and she's got her own K9 from the Doctor and she gets the most littest theme tune. So 80s. Unfortunately, her series doesn't get renewed this time round. The 5th Doctor. They're young, hip and blonde. They also play cricket and they have a stick of celery on their lapel.
Sorry, mustache.
And we are heading on trippy adventure to Castrovalva.
Someone's manipulating Castrovalva. We're caught in a space-time trap.
Ooh, shock iconic moments. Cybermen come back for the first time in a while and Adric gets obliterated. The credits roll with no music. Guess who's back?
Brigadier!
And this episode starts one of the biggest controversies, the unit dating controversy. Do what you want with this info. A new companion called Turlo joins the Doctor, who is secretly an imposter and has made a deal with the Black Guardian, some evil guy.
Obey me in all things.
Nyssa leaves the Doctor to help survivors on a spaceship. Oh, and this cursed robot joins the crew.
Sword. Welcome, my dear.
Wait, Peter, you want to leave by the end of the 21st season? Already? Fair enough. Hey there was that guy in the episode, you know, that Commander Maxwell? Colin Baker is confirmed to be the 6th actor to play Doctor Who, but before we meet a new Doctor, we have a whole season left. Anniversary alert.
Not another one?
20 years of Doctor Who is here, and Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee return to the role of the Doctor for this special. Since leaving the show, Tom Baker isn't so keen on returning. We also have Richard Hundrell taking the role of the first Doctor after William Hartnell's passing, and he certainly brings an interesting vibe to the role. The first showing happens on the 23rd of November, 1983, in America. And it's transmitted in the UK 2 days later.
You what?
The wonderful anniversary welcomes back a plethora of companions, such as Sarah Jane Smith, K9, Susan, Brigadier, and cameos from plenty others. The Doctor joins forces to play the game of Rassilon in the Death Zone after being kidnapped by a triangle. The Fourth Doctor is stuck in clips from Shada for the whole episode. Back to the show. Tegan leaves the Doctor because of
trauma.
No, don't leave. Not like this.
I'm sorry.
We meet Peri Brown, who is on vacation in Lanzarote and stays with the Doctor. From here on out, it's just traumatic for her.
Who are you?
We say goodbye to Turlo, who's not an imposter anymore, and Chameleon, the cursed robot, finally gets killed off. We now say goodbye to the Fifth Doctor in the climatic caves of Androzani.
Is this death?
No, it's another regeneration iconic moment. The Doctor and Peri get poisoned, with the Doctor giving the only antidote to Peri, thus sacrificing themselves. The regeneration begins and boom! Colin Baker is now Doctor Who.
Change, my dear.
The Sixth Doctor starts their journey very erratically. They get the most chaotic outfit that even Colin doesn't like himself, and they just go ham on Peri and accuses her of being a spy,
Sent here to spy on me.
and tries to strangle her. That's only the first episode. The Doctor meets the Cybermen again and meets a new Time Lord enemy, the Rani. She's an evil scientist, but her outfits are very slay. Patrick Troughton, loving Doctor Who, returns in The Two Doctors with their friend Jamie. They fend off Sontarans in Spain. It's pretty chill. Doctor Who meets their new enemy, a bloke called Michael Grade, who doesn't like the current state of the show. It's violent, has silly stories, and even rubbish sets. He puts the show on an 18-month hiatus. But the real enemy really isn't this right now. It's Doctor Who fans, because they made this. Doctor in Distress. It was not allowed to be played on BBC Radio because of its low quality, and it's one of the most least successful charity singles of all time. After its 18-month hiatus, the show returns, no thanks to the song, with a season-long arc named Trial of a Time Lord.
Villain! Murderer!
We meet Mel,
Carrot juice!
It'll do you good.
who is the only companion we don't see her first adventure on screen. She joins the TARDIS and we say goodbye to Peri Brown, who goes to be with Brian Blessed. And suddenly, Colin Baker is announced to be leaving the role of the Doctor. Michael Grade is still here, ready to axe the show, but it still has life in it just yet. Poor Colin has to leave the role against his own wishes. Tabloid The Sun announces Scottish actor Sylvester McCoy will be taking the role of the Seventh Doctor, but a regeneration scene hasn't been done yet. Let's get Colin back for it. No, he says. And good for him as well. The Doctor hits their head within the first minutes of the episode of the TARDIS console, and Sylvester McCoy in a wig regenerates into Sylvester McCoy without a wig. And we meet the Rani again, and she leaves the girl.
That's the man I want.
Now, sissy that wow.
The Seventh Doctor has an eccentric costume, filled with question marks, along with their umbrella. They can also play the spoons quite well. We say goodbye to Mel, and we meet one hell of a companion.
Ace!
Joins the team with her baseball bat and her homemade dynamite. What's that? We meet the Daleks again in 1963, round the corner of that junkyard, and for the first time we see the Daleks take on... Also Big Gun Dalek. After defeating the Daleks, the TARDIS gets briefly barbified.
Professor, look what they've done!
Yes, it looks rather good.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
And then we go see the greatest show in the galaxy. The Doctor and Ace have amazing adventures. The Cybermen return, and they are very silver for the jubilee of the show. We meet the Brigadier again, along with another Brigadier.
Brigadier Bambera.
Slay!
Oh, hello, it's America. We love Doctor Who, and we should do a co-production deal. Yeah, well, I'll think about it. Final episode of the series, a furry fight with the Master.
To my new home, Doctor.
I'm not a furry.
And with that final episode, the 26-year run of Doctor Who comes to an end, and Ace and the Doctor walk off towards the future. Doctor Who finally cancelled. Will the show ever make a return? It's the 90s. Another decade has passed. Doctor Who is no longer on TV. The internet is here and it sounds amazing. Spice Girls are in, along with Bart Simpson t-shirts telling you not to have a cow, man. This show never dies. Virgin Books gets busy and gets some people to do some books. Also, these guys do some as well. They might do some stuff one day. 1993, Doctor Who turns 30. It gets a nice logo, but what will they do? A full-length feature episode? A new series? How about a crossover with EastEnders instead? Dimensions in Time, a 3D adventure, airs on Children in Need on the BBC, and we meet the Rani for the final time, or as Victoria calls her,
That terrible woman!
the phone is ringing again, and it's America, and they're wondering what's happening with Doctor Who. British actor Paul McGann records a screen test for a new idea of the show. A year goes by, and Paul McGann is confirmed as the next Doctor. 2 days later, he is jetted off to Vancouver to start filming the new Doctor Who production. Sylvester McCoy joins along to do the regeneration scene. In the TV movie, the 7th Doctor is on their way back to Gallifrey to take back the Master's remains, but unfortunately it doesn't go to plan. They end up in San Francisco and gets gunned down upon stepping outside the TARDIS. They regenerate in a hospital ward into Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor, the first of charming doctors, and being a romantic with their long hair and velvet suit. The Doctor has to stop the Master from taking their regenerations and ending the world.
I always dress for the occasion.
The Doctor gets help from a new companion, Dr. Grace Holloway, and they showed all smoochy smooch at the end. After saving everyone, the 8th Doctor is off by himself on more adventures. Unfortunately, Paul McGann doesn't get the series he deserves, but would return to narrate some BBC books down the line. Comic Relief want a Doctor Who thing. Stephen Moffat writes a little story, and we get the next Doctors. Curse of Fatal Death airs on Red Nose Day.
Say hello to the sofa of reasonable comfort.
Wonder if this guy would write for the series again. 19th of July 1999. Big Finish has entered the chat. An audiobook company has Doctor Who rights and they release Sirens of Time. This moment begins a range of audio adventures for the classic Doctors, and even in the future, new Doctors and companions. They even give Colin Baker a proper regeneration story later down the line. Paul McGann gets plenty more Big Finish stories. Fans get loads of comics and new adventure books with deep Doctor Who lore that people will still speculate about to this day. But hey ho, the show is not on air, and fans want more of this silly alien show. One fan's pretty keen on bringing it back though. It's the 2000s. The world didn't end with Y2K, and there really is no party like an S-Club party. Russell T Davies is writing a new series of Doctor Who and bringing it back to our screens. News to follow. He wrote Queer as Folk, in which one of the characters doesn't even count Paul McGann as a doctor.
What about Paul McGann?
Paul McGann doesn't count.
It's time to cancel this man. The internet is getting big and cool, so Doctor Who wants to join in on the fun. They make an animated webcast called Scream of the Shallka, but this one has a new Doctor, introducing Richard E. Grant as the 9th Doctor Who.
No!
And the Master returns, voiced by Derek Jacobi. With Richard E. Grant as the Doctor, we have our new... Oh no, wait, it's just a one-off. Finally, Christopher Eccleston is now confirmed as the 9th Doctor and not animated, but we need a new companion. Why? Pop sensation of the noughties, Billie Piper is the new companion, Rose Tyler. Happy New Year. Here is the trailer.
I'll tell you what it will be. A trip of a lifetime.
And Murray Gold is the new composer and does an iconic new theme tune. 26th of March 2005. Doctor Who is back and brought into the 21st century successfully. Christopher Eccleston is already set on leaving the show after one series due to disagreements behind the scenes, but Billie Piper stays on. And now confirmed, Scottish actor David Tennant is to be playing the 10th Doctor.
Bollocks!
But now, we jump into series 1 with the new 9th Doctor. They are headstrong, angsty, and wear a black tattered leather jacket, but is still extremely lovable and wonderful.
Fantastic.
The Autons are back as we meet Rose Tyler.
Run!
who works in a shop that gets blown up by the Doctor.
Run for your life!
Then we meet Rose's mum, Jackie.
There's a strange man in my bedroom.
Who is iconic.
Where anything could happen.
No. And we meet her boyfriend, Mickey, where they go to find answers from a Redditor, let's say, and things don't go to plan for Mickey. The Doctor and Rose meet the Nestine Consciousness, a big bowl of CGI jelly, and Rose uses her gymnastic skills
I've got the bronze.
and saves the day by blowing them up with the help of the Doctor and his anti-plastic.
Anti-plastic.
They save Mickey as Rose initially refuses to go with the Doctor until the Doctor says,
By the way, did I mention it also travels in time?
and off she runs in slow motion. Any first date ideas? How about the end of the world?
Welcome to the end of the world.
Party with these aliens such as the face of Bo, the Moxa Balhoun, and trees. And the Doctor gives him a little gift.
Air from my lungs.
Also, the last human is here. No, not Rose. A bitchy stretched out piece of skin, the iconic Cassandra, who has a very good taste in traditional Earth ballads.
With a traditional ballad.
She tries to kill everyone on the spaceship to get some stock increase.
Burn, baby.
She fails as the Doctor lets her die.
Everything has its time and everything dies.
And we find out the Doctor's home planet Gallifrey is gone.
And the last of the Time Lords.
Destroyed in the Time War, a battle against the Daleks and the Time Lords. We meet ghosts at Christmas in Cardiff with Charles Dickens, as there is a time and space rift going through the city. They sort that out, and then we head back to present-day Earth, where Rose has been gone for 12 hours.
How long have I been gone?
About 12 hours.
Oh no, wait.
It's not 12 hours, it's 12 months. You've been gone a whole year.
Doctor gets a slap from Jackie,
Stitch this, mate.
and suddenly a spaceship crashes into Big Ben. A family of farty creatures called the Slitheen, who come from the planet
Raxicorico
want to start World War III, blow up the Earth, and sell the radioactive remains as fuel. We meet Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones, MP for Flydale North. Harriet Jones, MP for Flydale North. Harriet Jones, MP Flydale North.
Yes, we know who you are. Downing Street gets blown up as they stop the Slitheen from destroying the Earth. The Doctor, Rose, and Harriet make it out safely. After this two-parter, the Doctor and Rose head off, but this time they get a distress call that sends them to Utah, 2012, in an underground bunker owned by a rich American alien collector,
Henry Van Staten.
We find out the call is coming from no other than a lone Dalek chained up. The Doctor gets pretty angry at the Dalek.
What's the point of you?
And after this, Rose comes to see the Dalek and feels sorry for the little fella. She touches its casing and it absorbs her DNA and becomes nice, shiny, and very deadly.
The Daleks survive in me.
After a while, the Doctor's still not happy with the Dalek.
Why don't you just die?
You would make a good Dalek.
Rose convinces the Doctor to maybe not kill it, as it ends up killing itself. The gang leave the bunker and Henry is arrested.
What the hell are you doing?
And then unfortunately, Adam joins along. Off to the far, 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 far future on Satellite 5, where fake news is slowing humanity down.
I get it. You broadcast the news.
We are the news.
They defeat Simon Pegg with his jelly on the ceiling, and Adam gets a USB port in his head, and humanity is back on track, so the Doctor thinks. The Doctor and Rose dub Adam back in 2012.
See ya.
How do you mean? Next up, Rose asks the Doctor to see her dad, Pete Tyler, die in the 80s.
Your wish is my command. But be careful what you wish for.
She ends up creating a paradox by saving him, and everything goes crazy.
Get in the church!
Pete realizes who Rose is and knows the only way to stop this madness is by putting everything right by dying. It's now time for nightmares in 1940s war-torn UK as a gas mask child is looking for their mummy.
Are you my mummy?
Time agent Captain Jack Harkness is here for the ride to help the Doctor and Rose.
Jack Harkness, I've been hearing all about you on the way over. And it's a real pleasure to meet you, Mr. Spock. Huh?
In the end, they find out clever nanogenes crashed on Earth and don't understand humans very well, and they think they look like gas mask zombies. The Doctor saves the day by making sure everyone is cured correctly by these nanogenes, and
Everybody lives, Rose. Just this once. Everybody lives!
Captain Jack ends up jumping on board with the TARDIS. And also, what's with all this bad wolf everywhere?
Bad wolf? Nah, just a coincidence. Like getting a word on.
One of those Slovene survived being blown up in Downing Street.
She's climbing out the window, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
And wants to ride the cosmic wave of the Rift in Cardiff by blowing up the city after becoming mayor. The gang defeats her by turning her back into a Slovene egg.
She's an egg.
From staring into the heart of the TARDIS. Now the series gets heated. Our team wakes up in different reality shows, such as The Weakest Link.
Welcome to The Weakest Link.
Big Brother.
Please do not swear.
There's shit everywhere.
And Extreme Makeover. Yes, it's so 2005.
Lantern Jaws are so last year.
But these games don't have a very nice outcome.
Face off.
Huh? And it's on that Satellite 5 station, which is now under the name of the Bad Wolf Corporation. And then, surprise, surprise, the Daleks are behind this.
Exterminated!
No.
They've been stealing humans from these games to create an army along with their Dalek Emperor.
I am the god of all Daleks! Worship him!
The Doctor and co try to stop the Daleks as they start to invade. The only way out is by blowing them up with themselves. And then the Doctor sends Rose back home in the TARDIS, but she's having none of that. And then Jack gets exterminated.
Exterminate!
I kind of figured that.
And she breaks open the heart of the TARDIS with the help from her mum and Mickey. She absorbs its power and brings her back to the Doctor. She ends up destroying the Dalek fleet. Resurrects Captain Jack and scatters the words Bad Wolf throughout time and space as a message to lead herself there. The Doctor absorbs the energy from her.
I think you need a doctor.
This ends up starting their new regeneration. They leave Captain Jack behind though. The Ninth Doctor ends their journey as they were
absolutely fantastic.
We say goodbye to the Ninth Doctor and hello to the 10th. And where were they going again?
Barcelona.
Children in Need get another exclusive, and a much better one, in the form of a mini-ep called Born Again, and we see the first moments between Rose and the 10th Doctor before they crash into the Christmas special.
Here we are then. London, Earth, the solar system, I did it!
Doctor Who's gone festive. And Earth is invaded by bone aliens, the Sigaracs. UNIT is back, along with now Prime Minister Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones, Prime Minister. Harriet Jones, Prime Minister. Harriet Jones, Prime Minister.
Yes, I know who you are.
The Doctor's pretty eepy after regenerating and is out for nearly the whole episode and needs...
I need you to shut up!
Evil Santa's tried to kill Rose and Mickey. The Sigaracs enact their plan and everyone takes refuge inside the TARDIS, apart from Jackie. The Sigaracs end up teleporting the TARDIS and Harriet Jones to their spaceship. And finally, the Doctor gets a whiff of some good tea and is ready to save the day.
Did you miss me?
The Sigaracs' plan was blood control.
Blood control! Oh! I haven't seen blood control for years!
They have a sword fight with the Sigaracs to make sure they leave the planet. Suddenly, the Doctor's hand is cut off. But luckily, he's just regenerated, as it grows right back for them to finish the fight and win.
I win. Leave this planet and never return.
No second chances.
As they return home safely, Harriet calls upon a certain Torchwood to blow up the ship.
It's a message from Torchwood.
Tell them to fire.
The Doctor's not too pleased and says 6 words that could bring her government down.
Don't you think she looks tired?
Cue Christmas montage. and the Doctor and Rose are ready to travel again.
That way.
David Tennant's Doctor is charismatic, charming, says allons-y a lot,
Allons-y! Allons-y! Allons-y!
and is pretty cool.
You on my way, doll?
Series 2 starts off on a new. And guess who's back?
Peekaboo.
Cassandra, along with a big face of Beau, in a hospital ran by cat nuns who are very good at curing people by creating artificially grown humans and giving them all these diseases. Cassandra leaves the trampoline behind.
Goodbye, trampoline, and hello, Blondie.
Taking on Rose for the most part,
I'm a champ.
and sometimes the Doctor.
You've been looking. You like it.
They all save the day,
I'm the Doctor and I cured them.
with the face of Beau vowing to return to bestow a secret upon the Doctor.
A great secret.
So the legend says.
It can wait.
Oh.
Cassandra dying takes on the form of her assistant Chip and dies in her own arms of her past self with the help of the Doctor and Rose. In the next episode, we land in Scotland,
Are we in Scotland?
1879, and David Tennant sounds pretty happy to be using his own accent.
I'm Dr. James McCrimmon from the township of Balamory.
Even Rose has a go at a Scottish accent.
I've been boot in a boot.
No, don't do that.
Hoots mon.
No, really don't.
Queen Victoria is having some trouble with monks who take over this old house, who then wants to infect her with a werewolf. They team up, defeat the werewolf with moonlight deflecting off the Queen's Koh-i-Noor. Did I pronounce that right?
Is that the Koh-i-Noor?
And oh, did she get scratched?
Let me see.
It is nothing.
The Doctor and Rose get knighted by the Queen, but then banished as she is not amused with their goofiness.
That I am not amused. Yes. And henceforth, I banish you.
I'm sorry?
She then vows to create an institute to stop aliens and names it after the house.
The Torchwood Institute.
We're off back to present day Earth in the next episode, where creepy things are going on at a school with bat teachers. And not only is the Doctor, Rose and Mickey investigating, but look who's here.
Sarah Jane Smith. I used to travel with the Doctor.
He's never mentioned ya.
Not even once. He didn't mention me once.
Sarah Jane Smith is there with her
K9!
Rose and Sarah Jane have a bit of a feud.
Mummies.
I've met ghosts.
Robots. Lots of robots.
Slivine in Downing Street.
Daleks.
Met the Emperor.
Antimatter monsters.
Gas mask zombies.
Real living dinosaurs.
Real living werewolf.
Thief. Loch Ness monster.
Seriously.
But they end up being besties.
What? Stop it.
The gang defeat the Krillitanes, but K9 sacrifices himself.
Goodbye, Master.
You good dog.
Affirmative.
And they blow up the school.
Affirmative.
Mickey then stays with the Doctor and Rose.
Can I come? Okay, then I could do with a laugh.
Then Sarah stays behind
My Sarah Jane.
as the Doctor gifts a new K9.
You've blown up.
Master rebuilt me.
Maybe they're going to have some new adventures soon enough. Bonjour.
Are you happy to be in Paris?
We are in France, where a spaceship is after parts, like human parts. They're sending clockwork droids into time windows to some French queen who the Doctor's simping for. But hey, the Doctor gets a horse briefly.
Peter, the horse is here.
We get drunk 10th Doctor.
Do you know, they've never even seen a banana before. Always take a banana to a party, Rose. Bananas are good.
They end up stopping the droids from getting their parts.
It's over.
And in the end, Renette passes away. The end. Mickey, stop holding that TARDIS button.
No, I know exactly what I'm doing.
The gang land in a parallel universe. I mean, they crash into a parallel universe, with the TARDIS temporarily dead.
The TARDIS is dead.
The Doctor finds out it can recharge in 24 hours.
I fixed it. 24 hours, I'm flying back to reality.
But that doesn't stop them from exploring this parallel universe, as there are blimps and Pete Tyler is still alive.
Trust me on this.
Mickey goes off and bumps into his alternative self, Ricky. He is the leader of the Preachers, a gang trying to take down Cybus Industries. Whilst that's happening, the Doctor and Rose visit Parallel Pete at Jackie's birthday party, and he's pretty rich. The Cybermen end up crashing the party as the Doctor, Rose and Pete narrowly escape They meet up with the preachers outside the party, and it ends on a very, very cool cliffhanger. A lot of people die.
My name was Jacqueline Tyler.
What? They defeat the Cybermen, including the Cyber Controller, and they're ready to leave in the TARDIS, but Mickey decides to stay on Parallel Earth to help out Jake after Ricky's death. Here is something. On a space base on an impossible planet orbiting a black hole, the Doctor and Rose are stuck as the TARDIS is lost to a part of the base that collapses.
The TARDIS is gone.
But at least peace-loving servants, the Ood, are here to help them with this crew.
The beast and his armies shall rise from the pit to make war against God.
Huh? Oh no, the Ood are possessed by some sort of being called the Beast, along with crewmate Toby, who's possessed as well. The Doctor and crewmate Ida head off to the center of the planet where they get stuck and find an ancient hole in the ground, whilst Rose and the rest of the crew are trying to survive being killed off by the Ood. The Doctor ends up going into the hole.
If you talk to Rose, just tell her. Oh, she knows.
And comes face to face with the literal devil. Rose and her crew try to escape, but as the Doctor defeats the devil,
I believe in her.
it nearly sends them back into the black hole.
We're headed straight for the black hole.
But don't worry, the TARDIS is found and the Doctor saves the day.
Gravity schmavity, my people practically invented black holes.
Unfortunately, the Ood were not saved as the planet crumbles into the black hole. The Doctor gets Ida back to the remaining crew and reunites with Rose. And now in the next episode, Peter Kate is an absorber what?
Absorbatrix. Absorb clon. Absorbaloff.
Absorbaloff, yeah.
We meet Elton. No, not that one. A man who loves ELO and is searching for the Doctor to find answers, with a bunch of mates in a group that they created called Linda.
London Investigation and Detective Agency.
Until one day, a creature disguised as a man called Victor Kennedy joins, and he ruins the community, making it toxic.
Wait, is this fucking play about us?
In the end, the Absorbaloff absorbs the Linda gang, apart from Elton, but Linda fight back and destroy the Absorbaloff from within. The Doctor arrives, and Elton loses his girlfriend Ursula, but the Doctor asks Elton,
"Fetch a spade!"
And Elton lives happily ever after with her?
We've even got a bit of a love life.
Oh, let's not go.
We are in the future. London 2012 Olympics future. We found out the Doctor isn't a fan of cats.
Is everyone like you?
No, I'm not really a cat person.
And as a girl who likes drawing a bit too much, Rose gets reported.
I'm reporting you to the cat.
And it's now finale time, and we meet Torchwood in the present day.
Welcome to Torchwood.
I don't know, is this supposed to be impressive or something? They're bringing ghosts in through this breach in the universe caused by this sphere. The Doctor, Rose, and her mum
If we end up on Mars, I'm gonna kill you.
end up investigating, and they get much more than they bargained for. The ghosts end up being Cybermen from the parallel universe, and they are all over the world, ready to upgrade the human race. And we see the return of Mickey and the whole parallel gang as the sphere opens up and all is revealed.
Oh my god.
Location Earth.
It's the Daleks, and they're now a cult.
The cult of Skaro.
And they all have names.
Dalek Thay, Dalek Sec, Dalek Just, Dalek Khan.
The Cybermen and the Daleks have a massive bitch fight.
This is not war. This is pest control. Oh, my God. You are superior in only one respect. What is that? You are better at dying.
And then they have a real fight. And now the Doctor has a plan. He wants to open the breach to suck the Daleks and the Cybermen back into the void. Pete and the parallel gang with Jackie and Rose go back to his world, but Rose is having none of that.
Oh no, you don't.
As they open the breach, the Daleks and Cybermen get sucked in.
The breach is open! Into the void!
The cult of Skaro get away just in time.
Emergency temporal shift.
Rose is unable to hold on and nearly falls into the void. She's saved by Pete, but now stuck in a parallel universe as the walls are sealed forever. Now Murray Gold is on fire with the piano with this song. we head off to a beach in Norway. As an emotional goodbye via video call, the Doctor burns up a sun to say goodbye.
I'm burning up a sun just to say goodbye.
Iconic moment.
I love you.
Rose Tyler.
Back in the TARDIS, and there is no time to mope because there's a runaway bride.
What?
Catherine Tate is here and we'll meet her properly at the Christmas special.
What?
What the hell is this place?
What?
But now it's a new companion announcement. Freema Agyeman will be playing Martha Jones for Series 3, the first full-time black companion to join the Doctor in the TARDIS. Doctor Who is dipping its toes back into spin-offs, and it goes much better. BBC Three are going to air a new spin-off called Torchwood after 9 PM in October of 2006 for an older audience. This stars Captain Jack as they defend Earth from aliens in their underground base in Cardiff with a new gang: Gwen,
I'm Welsh.
Tosh,
Live a little.
Yanto,
Who's for Chinese?
and Owen.
Let's all have sex.
It's very gay and extremely emotional.
One good reason why I shouldn't keep screaming!
Because you're pregnant.
And then we also find out Captain Jack is now invincible because of Super Rose. And on CBBC, they get the Sarah Jane Adventures, a spin-off aimed at a younger audience.
13 Bannerman Road is where Sarah Jane Smith lives.
And she is back with a whole series defending the Earth from her attic in Ealing with a new gang. Maria,
I'm sorry, Andrea, but you were meant to die.
What did he say?
only in Series 1. Rani,
Clyde, I'm staring at your bum.
Clyde,
Why does this always happen to me?
K9,
Mistress Arrival detected.
and her supercomputer, Mr. Smith.
P-E-N full stop.
Never been so glad to see a full stop.
And Sarah's adopted alien son, Luke.
You brought the dog.
Then later on, she gets another adopted child, Sky. What an iconic show.
Just a moment, please. Just a moment. Bit of Libby. Last request.
The show also gets Doctor Who Confidential, a behind-the-scenes look of how the show is made. Now let's get back to the main show. Donna! Played by Catherine Tate.
Hey, bothered!
And the Doctor has some trouble getting Donna back to her wedding on Christmas Day.
Get me to the church!
She's getting married to her co-worker, Lance, who unfortunately has been poisoning her since the day they met with Huon particles. Donna and the Doctor find out that they had the reception without her.
You had the reception without me. They had the reception without me.
Yes, I gathered.
Well, it was all paid for. Why not? Thank you, Neris.
But we get this certified banger. Robot Santa's come back briefly.
Oi! Santa!
In the end, the particles were for a giant spider called
Empress of the Rachnos.
to wake her children in the center of the Earth. Lance gets killed by the Rachnos. Then, the Doctor goes a bit dark after the Rachnos declines his offer.
I warned you. You did this.
He blows up parts of the base underneath the Thames and ends up drowning the Rachnos' children.
My children!
Donna stops the Doctor going any further.
Doctor! You can stop now!
The Rachnos gets blown up upon escaping.
Orders from Mr. Saxon. Fire at will.
Donna gets home safely and declines the Doctor's offer to travel with them.
Come with me.
Okay.
Series 3 is here, and hello Martha Jones, a medical student at the London Royal Hope Hospital. We also meet her mum, Francine.
When did you get so rude?
Sister Tish.
I know the age thing's a bit freaky, but it works for Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Dad, Clive.
And I'm paying for half that party.
With his girlfriend, Annalise.
Hi, Martha. Hi.
And her brother, Leo. And the Doctor is undercover as a patient at the hospital. They also get a fresh new blue suit. Suddenly, this hospital is transported to the moon, and police run as Jaduna after a criminal. The Plasmavore, a creature that sucks blood. It looks like an old lady. The Doctor and Martha team up and try to see what's happening. Also, the Doctor totally leads her on.
It means nothing. Honestly, nothing.
The Judoon find the Plasmavore and kill them thanks to Martha and also the Doctor's blood. And as the hospital slowly runs out of air, it's sent back to Earth. Martha goes to her brother's birthday and it's not going very well.
Don't you dare! I'm putting my foot down!
You have 25 years! Why? Stop now! Mum, don't! I asked the DJ and he's saying that's not late.
She sees a doctor around the corner who offers her a trip in the TARDIS, but only one.
Just one trip. To say thanks, you get one trip, then back home.
And she joins.
Welcome aboard, Miss Jones!
It's my pleasure, Mr. Smith.
We meet Shakespeare briefly with witches, and Queen Elizabeth I wants the Doctor beheaded for something we haven't seen yet.
Queen Elizabeth I. Doctor! Off with his head! What?
Then after this episode, we're back on New Earth.
Ever heard the word rebound?
But now they're underground and it's just traffic jams, a pandemic, and big crabs. Yeah, they're back, those Macra. Martha gets kidnapped by a couple who want to go in the fast lane, and they need 3 people. Oh, the face of Bo is back, by the way, with one of those cat nuns.
Novice Hayes!
They help the Doctor find Martha and release the traffic jam, now that the New York is pandemic-free. But the face of Bo dies in the process, and says his last secret.
You are not alone.
Martha sits the Doctor down and asks him about Gallifrey, and the Doctor tells everything about it. We're off to New York, and it's the height of the Great Depression, and the Empire State Building is being built, but something's amiss, because Daleks are here. More precisely, the cult of Skaro. The Doctor and Martha team up with showgirl
Tallulah. 3 L's and an H.
Right.
Who is looking for her missing boyfriend Laszlo, Solomon, who is living in the shanty towns of Central Park, and Spider-Man, for sure, Andrew Garfield, who is playing Frank. They found out the Daleks have been experimenting on humans, and Tallulah's boyfriend has been one of them, and is a half pig man. They also make a human Dalek out of Dalek Sec.
I am a human Dalek.
Solomon gets brutally murdered by the Daleks as they attack.
Exterminate!
And Dalek Sec is feeling much more human now. The rest of the cult of Skaro don't like it one bit.
But you have doubts. Affirmative.
As a human Dalek army rises, the rest of the cults get into a little fight and end up killing Dalek Sec. Half of them get blown up, leaving one more Dalek, Dalek Khan, who eventually gets away.
Emergency temporal shift!
In the next episode, we head back to present-day Earth. Some scientist called Lazarus has a machine that makes him younger. It messes up, Lazarus gets killed, and the Doctor gets a slap from Martha's mum.
All of the mothers, every time.
And Martha stays with the Doctor, but her mum is still wary of the Doctor.
Please trust me. This information comes from Harold Saxon himself. You're not safe.
After this adventure, the Sun possesses people on a spaceship.
Wow, that's hot.
And now, here is John Smith, an ordinary human living in 1913 England, working as a teacher.
That's me. Completely human.
Oh wait, no, that's the Doctor. And they turn themselves human using a cool Time Lordy watch, and they are escaping a family who is after the Doctor's lives. This story is based on one of those 90s Virgin books. Martha has to deal with the Doctor's bullshit.
Right, yeah. We're hiding from aliens.
Oh, I see. Cultural difference. Mother, this is what we call a story.
Oh, you complete...
Oh!
Wake up!
What exactly do you do for him? Why does he need you?
Whilst the Doctor / John Smith falls in love with one of the matrons and doesn't want to go back to being the Doctor. In the end, the Doctor gives the family what they wanted.
We wanted to live forever. So the Doctor made sure that we did.
They all live eternal punishments in the end.
Don't blink.
Moffat is here and he writes his magnum opus. The Doctor and Martha are sent back in time to 1969 by the Weeping Angels, stone statues that move when you blink and send you back in time.
Finally awake.
They're pretty terrifying. Sally Sparrow's here, and she has to find a way to get the TARDIS back to the Doctor and Martha as they communicate through a DVD Easter egg to defeat the Angels and send the TARDIS back, and it's all very, very...
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
It's nearly finale time, and we're in...
Cardiff!
Cardiff? So it's a pit stop.
But someone is running towards the TARDIS, and it's only Captain Jack Harkness. as he leaps straight from his show onto the TARDIS, sending the whole gang
The end of the universe.
on a desolate planet where there are creatures known as the Future Kind who are
hungry.
They get to one of the last human civilizations on a silo who are prepping to go to Utopia. An old scientist, Professor Yana, is struggling to make the ship go with his friend Chantho. The Doctor, Jack and Martha come in to help. Martha pulls out a jar with a hand in it from Captain Jack's bag, which belongs to the Doctor.
That's my hand.
I said I had a doctor detector.
The Doctor and Jack have a DMC whilst repairing the ship engines, but Yana has a banging headache. Martha sees the Professor has a watch, and it's the same markings as the Doctor's watch.
Shit just got real.
He finally notices the watch and opens it as Martha rushes to the Doctor and Jack, and we get the big reveal. Iconic moment, the Master is back. He kills Chantho, but she manages to shoot him, and he steals the Doctor's TARDIS. Not before regenerating, though. The Doctor, Martha and Jack are too late as the Master escapes and they are stuck at the end of the universe.
End of the universe! Have fun!
Bye-bye!
What a cliffhanger. Whew. And here we are, the finale. The gang get back to present day using Jack's time vortex manipulator, and they miss the election. There's a new Prime Minister, Harold Saxon.
The Master is Prime Minister of Great Britain. The Master and his wife.
Also, those drums are still in his head.
The drumming, Doctor, the constant drumming.
Our gang are on the run as Martha's family have been taken by the Master on his helicarrier, the Valiant. We get some cool Time Lord backstory though.
The oldest and most mighty race in the universe.
And the Master reveals a new race called the Toclophane. The Doctor tries to stop him but gets caught and is aged into an old man by the Master's
Laser screwdriver. Who'd have Sonic?
And now the Master wipes out 1/10 the population with the Toclophane. Martha takes Jack's vortex manipulator and is ready to set things right.
I'm coming back.
Much later.
1 year goes by, and the Master has a little iconic dance session to Scissor Sisters. Martha's been going around the Earth spreading the word about the Doctor with Tom Milligan. Yes. Remember those humans from Utopia? Well, they are the Toclophane, and the Master is using a paradox machine to keep them alive. Martha gets back to the Valiant at the right time, and now the Doctor's a little gremlin.
I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man.
With the power of belief, our Doctor is back, thanks to Martha.
One thing you can't do. Stop them thinking.
And he forgives the Master.
I forgive you.
Jack pews the TARDIS, and suddenly everything goes back 1 year.
None of it happened.
Only everyone on the ship can remember. Suddenly, Lucy Saxon shoots the Master. He refuses to regenerate.
Regenerate!
And the Doctor burns his body, and ooh, he dropped a ring. We drop Captain Jack off, and he casually drops this truth bomb.
Face of Bo, they called me.
And now Martha has had enough and is ready to leave the Doctor, because that was traumatic as hell, and also, she knows her worth.
I am good.
As she leaves on her own terms, we say goodbye to the iconic Martha Jones.
I'll see you again, mister.
Children in need are back, and they love Doctor Who. We get Time Crash, written by Stephen Moffat. The 5th Doctor and the 10th Doctor meet, and they have a little goofy time for 10 minutes and reminisce before he goes away. And then suddenly the TARDIS is hit by the damn Titanic.
It's time!
It's Christmas 2007 now, and icon Kylie Minogue is the temporary companion. In the end, it was a space Titanic crashed into the TARDIS. It's going to crash into Earth for space profits as meteoroids hit the Titanic. The Doctor and Astrid try to save survivors on this ship as the evil heavenly hosts are here on a killing spree.
Information. You are all going to die.
Astrid sacrifices herself by killing the big boss of this Titanic, and the Doctor stops the ship from crashing into Earth.
Don't you dare! You aliens! Don't you dare!
And gets to say,
Alonso!
Catherine Tate is confirmed to return as Donna Noble in Series 4, and it gets a pretty cinematic trailer.
Then just like that,
we'll be gone.
brand new Doctor Who.
And Donna is back, and she's trying to find the Doctor as suspicious things are going on with the diet pill company.
The fat just walks away.
And here is Donna's amazing granddad, Wilf.
Permission to board ships, huh?
Permission granted.
And Donna's mum, Sylvia.
No one's unemployed these days except you.
The Doctor and Donna are reunited. And then they make sure the fat blobs, the adipose, get home safely.
I'm waving at fat.
And finally, the Doctor wants a mate.
You just want to mate.
I just want a mate.
And invites Donna on board the TARDIS.
I can come.
I love it.
Luckily, her car was parked next to the TARDIS. She leaves her keys for her mum to get in a bin and asks some random blonde lady to tell her mum where they are. What? Rose?
Huh? And it's volcano day.
In the next episode, the Doctor and Donna land in Pompeii, and soothsaying things are going on as the TARDIS is suddenly sold to a sculptor called Caecilius.
What's he buying a big wooden box for? Modern art!
He's got quite a memorable face. The Doctor and Donna have to make a decision to save the world from either being taken over by flaming rock people, pyroviles, or they blow up the volcano, causing the destruction of Pompeii. After an inevitable choice, Pompeii is destroyed as Donna begs the Doctor to save at least one person.
Not the whole town. Just save someone.
They save Caecilius and his family.
Come with me.
And the Doctor officially welcomes Donna on board the TARDIS.
Welcome aboard.
In the next episode, the Ood are back, and the Doctor and Donna free them from a corporate company in the future. The Ood sing them a nice song. Then warning the Doctor of their song ending.
I think your song must end soon.
Meaning?
And Martha is back and gets the Doctor back to Earth as she now works for UNIT as they fend off angry Sontarans. Martha, Donna and the Doctor, with UNIT, stop the potatoes from gassing the planet with car fumes. But Martha stays on for one more adventure, kind of against her own will.
We're in flight, it's not me! You take me home right now!
The TARDIS chucks them to a planet Messaline where humans are at war with a species called the Hath. And the Doctor gets their arm put into a machine and out comes the Doctor's daughter, Jenny.
Hello, Dad.
The gang all help stop the war. But unfortunately, Jenny gets shot.
No!
10 goes a little bit Time Lord victorious.
I never would.
The gang leave the planet, drop Martha back home, but we see Jenny wakes up and is ready to have more adventures on her own.
What do you think? Flapper or slapper?
Flapper, you look lovely.
Now the Doctor and Donna meet Agatha Christie and find out about her disappearance. And it's all about a giant wasp.
Shake! Milk! Shake! Milk! Milk! No, not milk! Shake! Cocktail shaker! What do you want, a Harvey Wallbanger? Harvey Wallbanger!
To a library planet now, and...
Hello, sweetie.
Get out.
River Song is here, someone from the Doctor's future who has her own Sonic and knows everything about them and keeps a diary with their time together. But the Doctor knows nothing about them because...
Spoilers.
Hungry shadows called the Vashta Nerada are eating away the crew, including the girl from St. Trinian's. And Donna ends up being saved, but not in the way you think.
Donna Noble has been saved.
They find out the library has saved all the humans in a space iCloud, and River Song ends up sacrificing herself to defeat the Vashta Nerada. The Doctor watches in shock but gets Donna back, as they soon realise the Sonic that he gave her in the future was the key to saving River Song.
I'm very good!
What have you done?
Saved her.
And keeping her in the space library iCloud. River is saved, and the Doctor is ready for the next adventure with Donna. Now Donna has a break at a space spa. Whilst the Doctor has a traumatic time on a space cruiser across a planet called Midnight. After this, in a space market, the duo are having some fun till Donna gets approached by a fortune teller who ends up putting a beetle on Donna's back and changing history, creating a universe where she turned right instead of left, making sure she never met the Doctor. Thus chaos ensues with the Doctor dying when defeating the Arachnos. But someone is here to help. It's only Rose Tyler. She shows Donna that the stars are going out in every universe, and Donna is the only one that can stop it. With the help of UNIT and the Doctor's TARDIS, Donna gets sent back in time to stop herself from turning right, but ends up sacrificing herself, but it works. As she dies, Rose whispers 2 words to give to the Doctor once she returns to her own universe. She comes back and defeats the beetle. The Doctor finds Donna and she tells him the 2 words.
What 2 words? What were they? What did she say?
Bad wolf. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh my God!
Everything is Bad Wolf, and it's
the end of the universe.
An epic Avengers style trailer. And it's the end of the series. The Doctor and Donna return to Earth briefly, and everything seems fine.
Good, I like Saturdays.
They get back into the TARDIS till suddenly they're in space. The Earth has been moved across space, and Rose is back in our universe. Not only that, it's a Dalek invasion, and everyone is here.
Martha Jones, the Torchwood team, Sarah Jane and Luke Smith, Donna's family, Jackie and Nikki, and Harriet Jones.
Oh yeah, Davros is back, fresh from the Time War, with the help of Dalek Khan. But Khan's got a bit crazy now. The Doctor and Donna are having trouble finding the Earth. They get a phone call suddenly from the team, and they follow the signal to land. Harriet Jones ends up sacrificing herself as well.
Yes, we know who you are.
Finally, Rose and the Doctor reunite and kiss. Just kidding. Jack teleports in, kills that Dalek, and then we get a pretty tense cliffhanger.
I'm regenerating.
The Doctor and their vanity issues refuse to regenerate and chuck the energy into their hand.
Where were we?
Jackie and Mickey save Sarah Jane and get taken by the Daleks, along with the Doctor and co in the TARDIS. They're taken to the Dalek Crucible, who are stealing planets to make a reality bomb.
France!
Yoink!
Yoink!
The Doctor, Rose and Jack exit the TARDIS, but Donna stays in, as it gets chucked into the centre of the Crucible for it to burn. Then Donna touches the glowing hand, and then it creates...
It's you!
Oh yes.
10-2, a human part Time Lord version of the Doctor.
Well, isn't that wizard?
They escape quietly and devise a plan to stop Davros. In the end, all the Doctor's buddies get taken to Davros after threatening him, and he's ready to pull his evil plan.
Detonate the reality bomb!
Human Doctor comes in, fails. Then Donna gets shocked by Davros and awakens the Time Lord energy within her, and she becomes
Dr. Donna.
And all together, they put the planets back where they belong. But then the human Doctor commits genocide, killing all the Daleks. The whole team drag Earth back to its place and save the day. Everyone gets dropped off back on Earth. Then Rose and her mum go back to the parallel universe, along with 10-2, who stays with Rose. And she finds out what the Doctor said to her in Doomsday. Donna, as part Time Lord and part human, can't handle it all.
Binary. I'm fine.
And the Doctor has to erase her memories of their time together.
No, please, no.
As the Doctor takes Donna back to her family.
Because if she remembers, just for a second, she'll burn up.
She wakes up like nothing has happened.
I was asleep on my bed in my clothes like a flipping kid. What'd you let me do that for?
Wilf says goodbye as the Doctor walks back to the TARDIS all alone in the rain. It's October, and we're at the National Television Awards, and that's nice, Doctor Who's won some awards, and David is here on the screen to say thank you, and that he's now leaving the show.
It'll be my last playing the Doctor.
You what?
And he only has 3 specials left as the Doctor. The next special's on Christmas, and the Cybermen are back in the next Doctor.
The Doctor? The next Doctor?
David Morrissey, who plays Jackson Lake, thinks he's the Doctor, but he's not, and the Cybermen get killed off. That's about it. 3rd of January 2009. Matt Smith is confirmed to be the 11th Doctor on a special episode of Doctor Who Confidential. We will see them in 2010.
Hello, I'm the Doctor. Happy Easter.
And now a bus ride to a desert with metal stingrays who like to eat planets. And the Doctor gets a new companion, Christina, for the episode, but they get back home and then the Doctor gets a sinister warning.
He will knock 4 times.
We're off to Mars in the year 2059, where the first human colony has made their base on the planet. But things are going pretty wrong. The Doctor finds out it's a fixed point in time and that they die there on the planet because of evil water creatures that have infected them. As the base is going down,
This is fine.
the Doctor realises that they are the Time Lord Victorious and go a bit crazy.
It's taken me all these years to realise the laws of time are mine, and they will obey me!
The Doctor saves the remaining crew, but Captain Adelaide Brooke isn't too happy about it.
The Time Lord Victorious is wrong.
That's for me to decide.
As they land on Earth, she goes back to her house and kills herself. The Doctor, thinking he's gone a bit too far, is confronted by one of the Ood and realises this could be the end for them.
My death.
It's now
The end of time itself.
The Doctor visits the Ood, but they warn him of the Master's return. Back on Earth, everyone's having bad dreams about a certain someone. The Master has been resurrected using his ring and Lucy Saxon.
Never die!
But now, the Master's even more crazier.
Look at me!
Bonier.
I am hilarious!
And he's got even more drums in his head as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stronger than ever before.
The Doctor and Wilf team up for the episode. We also see Donna quickly, as she's now engaged to a new man,
Sean Temple.
The Doctor and Wilf find the Master, but not in time. He uses some billionaire's alien tech that they stole to turn the human race into
The Master Race.
Wilf is saved by the Doctor just in time, and even more of a cliffhanger.
The Time Lords return.
The Time Lords are back. Oh, and don't worry, Donna is safe as well. The Doctor took those precautions. We love you, Donna.
Do you think I'd leave my best friend without a defence mechanism?
Now, in the next part, Wilf and the Doctor devise a plan with these cactus people and go off to space, and we get this really lovely interaction.
I'd be proud.
Of what?
If you were my dad.
Suddenly, the Master finds a diamond, and it's from Gallifrey, and that drumming in his head? It's a signal to get the Time Lords and Gallifrey back. The Doctor dives back to Earth and tries to stop it from happening, and is face to face with Rassilon. The Doctor breaks the signal, thinking he's about to die, but then the Master gets in the way and sacrifices himself, and sends the Time Lords and Gallifrey back into the Time War. Oh, and Wilf, no, don't go in there, Wilf, stop! Everything is sorted until... The Doctor, feeling they were close to avoiding death,
But it's not fair!
saves Wilfred.
It's my honour.
The Doctor absorbs the radiation and it triggers their next regeneration.
It started.
Iconic moment. The Doctor does a little farewell tour for all the companions and says goodbye to Wilf at Donna's wedding to Sean. He gives him a little wedding present.
A lottery ticket?
One last goodbye to Rose Tyler on New Year's Day 2005 as the Doctor says,
I bet you're going to have a really great year.
Yeah?
and now the Doctor stumbles back to the TARDIS and Murray Gold goes off again. And goodbye to the 10th Doctor.
I don't want to go.
After an explosive regeneration, we say hello to the 11th Doctor, played by Matt Smith. "2010s, another decade has passed. Get posting gifs and pics on your Tumblr blogs and make some fanfics about Super Wholock. And now a dramatic reading of Super Wholock. This better be good, Cheekbones. You make me get on a friggin' plane. I think this case will satisfy you, Deed. Have you heard of the Weeping Angels? Nope, never, but we might know someone who has. Hello, I'm the Doctor. As David Tennant leaves, so does the crew of Russell T Davies, except Murray. And they hand it over to Stephen Moffat, who has quite a challenge ahead of him, with a new Doctor and the 50th anniversary of the show. Matt Smith's Doctor is very charismatic, silly,
fish fingers, and custard.
and wears bow ties.
Yeah, it's cool. Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool.
It's cooler.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Bow ties are cool.
We say hello to Karen Gillan as a new companion, Amy Pond, in the first episode on the 3rd of April 2010, the 11th hour. And we get this super cool, weird trailer. With a new Doctor comes a new title sequence and theme tune. The new Doctor crashes into young Amy's garden, and a prisoner Zero has escaped through the crack in her wall. The Doctor promises to come back, but returns 12 years later, where she's now an adult.
I'm Amelia, and you're late. 12 years and 4 psychiatrists.
Oh.
I kept biting them.
With her boyfriend, Rory Williams.
Friend.
Boyfriend.
Kind of boyfriend.
Amy.
They end up finding the prisoner, and who is also Olivia Colman, who ends up being a snake. Prisoner Zero gives a sinister warning.
Silence, Doctor. Silence will fall.
They stop the Earth from being incinerated by a giant eyeball.
Hello. I'm the Doctor. Basically, run.
As he tests out the new TARDIS.
Oh, you sexy thing.
He comes back to get Amy 2 years later.
Oops.
Yeah.
The day before her wedding. And off they go. The Doctor takes Amy to Starship UK, and Amy ends up saving the last of the star whales. Aww. And then after this, they head off to wartime England and meet up with Winston Churchill, who has his own Dalek.
Would you care for some tea?
The Doctor's not happy about it.
You do not require tea.
And finds out there's a bigger plan to destroy Earth as the Daleks upgrade themselves to be big, colourful and chunky.
She is very gorgeous to me!
But the Doctor stops their plan and they end up escaping. But that crack from episode 1 is still appearing quite a lot. And guess who's back?
Hello, sweetie.
River Song and...
The Weeping Angels.
She joins Amy and the Doctor to help out militarized clerics in the future as a starship has crashed into the planet Alpha Metraxis. They have a clip on a loop of the angel till they suddenly find out.
That which holds the image of an angel becomes itself an angel.
And now suddenly Amy has something in her eye. It's an angel. As the gang explore this maze of the dead, trying to find this lone angel, they soon realize it's a trap, and they are surrounded by dormant weeping angels that are waking up. And we get this really cool cliffhanger.
There's one thing you never ever put in a trap.
And what would that be, sir?
Me.
The gang escape through the ship, but end up finding the crack from Amy's bedroom wall.
It's like the crack from my bedroom wall when I was a little girl.
Yeah.
And it's gobbling up people and erasing them from history.
That is bloody lovely.
Amy then finds out she's becoming a weeping angel as it's in her mind.
Leave me alone!
She has to keep her eyes closed to stop it. The gang escape through the crashed ship as the angels end up falling into the crack and sealing it. For now, we find out River is in space jail.
I might have done enough to earn a pardon this time.
Octavian said you killed a man.
Yes, I did.
And she leaves, not without hinting to their next meeting.
You'll see me again quite soon. when the Pandorica opens.
Amy then tries it on with the Doctor and tells him about getting married. Pretty dodgy. So in the next episode, naturally, the Doctor surprises Rory at his stag do.
She tried to kiss me. Tell you what, though, you're a lucky man. She's a great kisser.
You need a wee!
And takes Amy and Rory to Venice in 1580.
Casanova? That reminds me. 1580. I owe him a chicken.
And stops fishy vampires who want to drown the planet. They end up stopping it, and Amy asks Rory to stay on board.
I want you to stay.
Next up, the team come face to face with the Dream Lord as they try to determine which is reality or just a dream. They find out both were dreams caused by some psychic pollen that fell into the TARDIS. Oh, and Amy and Rory are pretty much made up and happy. The Homo Reptilia Silurians are back, but in 2020, and they want the Earth back. As they try to start an uprising, it doesn't go well, especially on the human side. The gang managed to freeze them back into another hibernation. But look, the Cracker's here, and the Doctor grabs something from it, and suddenly Rory is shot. The Doctor drags Amy back into the TARDIS, leaving his body to be eaten up by the Crack. And now, Amy forgets who Rory ever was.
What were you saying?
And what did the Doctor get from the Crack? I hope you bought tissues for this.
We need to talk to Vincent van Gogh.
An alien appears in a Van Gogh painting in present day, so they go and visit him and find out only Vincent can see this alien, that in the end it was blind and alone. Vincent sympathizes with its pain after accidentally fatally wounding it. The Doctor and Amy bring Vincent to present day Earth and shows just how loved he really is.
To me, Van Gogh is the finest painter in the world. Certainly the most popular great painter of all time, but also one of the greatest men who ever lived.
They drop him back after this emotional scene. Amy with great hope, thinking there'll be plenty of new paintings in the future. They return, but this isn't the case, and he dedicates his sunflower painting to Amy.
If we had got married, our kids would have had very, very red hair.
The end. James Corden jump scare.
I love you.
The Doctor becomes a lodger and saves the day. That's all you need to know about the episode. Vincent has painted this picture of the TARDIS, which everyone had on their walls back in the day. And it's not very good news. Now, the Pandorica opens in 102 AD in Stonehenge as they meet River Song again.
Hello, sweetie.
They find a box underneath Stonehenge which will imprison the most dangerous creature in the universe. Suddenly, loads of spaceships fly around and it's all the Doctor's enemies. The Doctor gives them a little speech that even Ryan Gosling loves.
Just remember who's standing in your way. Remember, every black day I ever stopped you.
I'm not joking.
He had a microphone and he was literally ruling the universe, just telling all these spaceships how it was going to be.
You just hold on for 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Sublime!
River goes to grab the TARDIS, but it messes up and takes her to Amy's house where it's been ransacked. And back in Roman times, Rory is a Roman.
I'm not trying to be rude, but you died.
And Amy's having trouble remembering him. Then we find out it's all been a trap for the Doctor. Rory is an Auton duplicate taken from her memories, and all the monsters have teamed up to chuck the Doctor into the Pandorica.
Listen to me!
Amy starts to remember Rory, but he can't fight his Auton instincts and shoots her. Then River is stuck in an exploding TARDIS.
I'm sorry, my love.
To be continued. For the final episode, the universe has ended, but the Earth is fine, just about. And we see young Amy who gets a leaflet to go to the History Museum. And things are a bit weird. She touches the Pandorica and suddenly...
Okay, kid. This is where it gets complicated.
Back in 102 AD, Rory is holding dead Amy till suddenly the Doctor appears out of nowhere.
Listen, she's not dead.
And gives him a sonic screwdriver and politely reminds him to put it in Amy's pocket when done.
Good luck. What do you mean?
He opens the Pandorica with a sonic and the Doctor is confused.
How did you do that?
But he finds out that was a future version of himself.
I've got a future, that's nice.
The Doctor has a plan. Not before this.
Your girlfriend isn't more important than the whole universe. She is to me!
He will put Amy in the Pandorica, which will then bring her back to life with the light inside of it. She just needs a DNA touch from her in the future. Rory stays to guard the box whilst the Doctor uses River's vortex manipulator to head off to the future. Lots of timey-wimey things happen. And we are reunited with everyone again, but as the universe is dying, young Amy disappears, and then they go find out the sun is the TARDIS blowing up and River Song is stuck in the middle of it.
Hi, honey. I'm home.
And what sort of time do you call this?
After being saved, River Song, with the help of Amy, kills the Doctor's fez.
I wear a fez now. Fezzes are cool. Oh!
One of the Daleks from the Pandorica Museum exhibit has awoken and is after them, and it even manages to kill the Doctor. But River gets her revenge.
Mercy!
Say it again.
Mercy!
One more time.
Mercy!
Not being quite dead, the Doctor puts himself into the Pandorica, ready to reboot the universe with its light. He tells Amy all will be normal when she awakes. The Pandorica is then chucked into the TARDIS, and suddenly he awakes, but he's going through his past and ends up telling a young Amy a story about a madman in a box. He sees the crack in her wall and realizes he must step into it to seal it off. Amy awakens with her life back to normal and she's ready to marry Rory, but she feels she's forgotten something at her wedding. Maybe a story of...
Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
In the end, the Doctor is fine and dandy and they have a lovely wedding all together. And then River's also there, and she does a bit more teasing for the Doctor for his future.
Who are you?
You're going to find out very soon now, but that's when everything changes.
And the gang are ready for more adventures. After rebooting the universe, it's, you guessed it, Christmas time! And the Doctor is trying to convince a rich old man to save the lives of people on a crashing ship. So the obvious choice is to Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol his way through the adventure, as he convinces him to be kind. Also, Catherine Jenkins is here acting and singing her heart out. Amy and Rory are having a freaky kind of honeymoon.
Clothes. It is just a bit of fun.
Really? Shut up!
The Doctor convinces Sardik to be happy, and they save everyone on the ship.
Christmas.
During this time, the Sarah Jane Adventures finishes its 5-series run with the passing of the amazing Elizabeth Sladen. In her amazing series, the Doctor appeared...
Stop this wedding now!
Twice.
Oh, you've done it again.
Hello, Sarah Jane.
Joe Grant appeared...
Oh, darling!
And so did Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart.
Sarah Jane Smith.
Hello, Sir Alistair. It's been a long time.
Oh, is it?
And Sarah Jane Smith really did prove that life on Earth can be adventure too. We arrive to Series 6, and the gang get mysterious blue invites to America.
And we are in the US of A.
Lake Silencio in Utah.
Howdy.
Doctor!
But she's got a new hat.
But suddenly, the Doctor gets killed by an astronaut in front of everyone, and we meet these creatures called the Silence. Who? After this death, we found out the last invitation was to a younger version of the Doctor, who then takes Amy, Rory and River to America, 1969.
I'm being extremely clever up here, and there's no one to stand around looking impressed. What's the point in having you all?
They are up against the Silence, a race of aliens that when you look away from them, you forget they were ever there. They can also influence the human race into doing their bidding. The gang visits the White House with President Nixon.
I'm going to need a SWAT team ready to mobilise, street level maps covering all of Florida, a pot of coffee, 12 jammy Dodgers and a fez.
And they make a new friend, Canton Delaware III, to help them out. A little girl is scared and needs help.
I'm scared of the spaceman.
So out goes the gang to find her, but they find the astronaut there, but it's the little girl.
Help me!
She escapes eventually though. After this, Amy is having some issues thinking she's pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Huh? And then shoots the astronaut? You're alive! Oh wait, it was all fine.
Turns out I was wrong. I'm not pregnant.
The Silence have invaded Earth without anyone knowing, so our gang managed to capture one and filmed them asking the human race to... The Doctor ends up attaching this little clip to the moon landing so everyone in the world can see it, which leads to their demise on Earth. Ooh.
And one whacking great kick up the backside for the Silence.
The Doctor drops off River back in the prison and she gets a cheeky snog in, but it's the first time for the Doctor, but maybe the last for River.
It's the first time for everything.
And the last time.
Knowing the Doctor will die, the gang have some fun adventure times either way.
You only live once.
That little girl starts to regenerate at the end. What's going on? The gang makes some friends with pirates in a sequel to The Smugglers.
Yo ho ho!
Neil Gaiman writes an episode where the TARDIS has become a woman. The Doctor is very pleased about it.
Come on, sexy.
Amy and Rory aren't having as much fun being stuck inside the actual TARDIS ship as it's being overrun by an evil entity called House. The Doctor manages to read out the TARDIS with herself as the ship with an emotional goodbye, or should I say...
Hello, Doctor. It's so very, very nice to meet you. I love you.
Need a reminder it's 2011 in this series? We're now off to future Earth and they're making clones. Not those clones, gloopy skimmed milky ones.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
But wait a minute, Amy is pregnant then?
She's going into labour.
And she was a yogurt clone the whole time? She awakes in a space hospital, about to give birth. The Doctor and Rory are out to find Amy, but Rory gets Husband of the Year for this trick.
Where is my wife? Would you like me to repeat the question?
They find Amy on a military asteroid called Demon's Run. The Doctor brings together a crew of people. Who, you ask? Strax, a Sontaran nurse.
Did somebody call for a nurse?
Jenny and Vastra, a Victorian maid and her Silurian wife.
We're going to need the swords.
And River Song. Oh, no wait, she can't, she says. And then Doria Moldova, who is a blue man that owns a space bar.
You can't need me!
They end up taking on Amy's kidnappers, Madame Convarian, an evil eye patch lady who's been popping up through the series. The Doctor and his new team take down Demon's Run, their army of headless monks. A bit too easily though. They find out Amy's baby is being taken to become a weapon against the Doctor. Also, that this child could have the ability to regenerate as it was conceived mid-flight on the TARDIS. They find out it's a trap. Dorium is beheaded by the monks, and the battle is on again. And Amy's baby Melody is... Madame Kavarian has Amy's child, and they have lost the battle. River finally appears and tells the Doctor who she really is.
Tell me who you are.
I am telling you.
The Doctor promises to get Melody back and then disappears, as Amy and Rory slowly find out through a present they got from one of the soldiers who River Song really is.
I'm Melody. I'm your daughter.
Pause for a second. Remember I told you the BBC junked some episodes a while ago? More are getting found or even animated. Here is a list all the way up to today times. Also, Torchwood airs its final series, Miracle Day, so now the show has no more spin-offs on air. It's autumn, and the show got split into two parts, and we go kill Hitler as Amy and Rory's friend Mel hijacks the TARDIS.
Let's kill Hitler.
She's wounded by Hitler and starts to regenerate, and she turns into, you guessed it, River Song.
Who's River Song?
Spoilers.
But she's ready to do what she was made to do.
I was born to kill the Doctor.
She smooches the Doctor and kills him in the process.
I'm dying.
A funny shape-shifting robot with tiny people inside is here to kill River/Melody, and after much convincing from the team, River saves the Doctor by using all of her regeneration abilities, and then the robot lets her live. In the end, the Doctor gifts River the iconic book. After getting a message on the psychic paper, the gang go help a boy called George who is scared of everything. We see some really creepy dolls in this episode. In the end, the Doctor helps George, who is actually an alien, and his family, and they go on their merry way. Amy gets a bit of trauma as they visit a planet where one time stream is faster than the other. They save Amy by grabbing her younger self but leave her older self to die to stop a paradox from happening. Pretty heavy. Time to relax in a nice hotel, but it's all creepy, and each room it has everyone's biggest fear. People of different faiths from all over the universe are kidnapped, and they are being fed to a Minotaur. And we say hello and goodbye to the best would-have-been companion, Rita.
Amy, with regret, you're fired.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh, and Amy and Rory decide maybe it's best to give it some time to stop travelling with the Doctor, as they're gifted a really nice house and a car.
And what's the alternative? Me standing over your grave?
The Doctor leaves, maybe ready to face his fate as they realise that their time is soon up. Another James Corden jump scare.
Oh my God!
But with Cybermen this time, and he's got a kid.
He prefers to be called Stormageddon.
How do you know that? I speak baby.
And we see Madame Corvarian and the Silence kidnap adult River Song as they put her into the spacesuit, ready to kill the Doctor. And now it's finale time. The Doctor meets with the shape-shifting robot, the Tesselector, to send the invitations, and they are asked if there's anything that can be done for the Doctor.
Is there nothing else we can do?
I walk a lonely road,
The Doctor grabs one of those mates from that battle, who is just ahead because of the Headless Monks. And the Doctor is boasting about having all the time in the world, and gives an old friend a ring. The Brigadier! Unfortunately, the Doctor finds out they were too late, as he has passed away.
I'm afraid Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart passed away a few months ago.
It's time.
The Doctor, ready for their death, is about to be shot by River Song on the lake. But suddenly...
What have you done?
Well, I think I just drained my weapon systems.
But this is fixed.
But suddenly, the timeline changes, and we are thrown into a messed up reality where all of time is happening at once. Now, this is annoyingly complicated. Basically, new timeline where the clocks are stuck at 5:02 PM on the 22nd of April 2011. We find our gang again in this universe as it's collapsing due to the Doctor not dying. If the Doctor and River touch, the timeline resumes and the Doctor is killed on the beach. Now everyone's got eye patches. They help remember the Silence when they look away from them. The Silence attack and the eye patches malfunction, and Amy gets her revenge on Madame Corvarian.
The Doctor is very precious to me, you're right. But do you know what else he is? Not here. River Song didn't get it all from you, sweetie. So, you and me, we should get a drink sometime.
Okay.
I'm married.
Fine.
River tries to help the Doctor, but he insists on dying as the fixed point in time. The Doctor and River end up getting married, and he whispers something in her ear. They kiss, and time resumes, and he is killed on the beach. Back in the normal timeline, Amy is chilling in her garden and River appears, fresh from Flesh and Stone, and reveals what the Doctor told her. And of course he lives!
Of course I'm sure. I'm his wife. Yes, and I'm his mother-in-law.
He told her to...
Look into my eye.
The Tesselector shape-shifting robot took his place.
Actually, thinking about it, a doctor in a doctor's suit.
And the universe thinks the Doctor is dead.
I got too big, Dorian. Too noisy.
But you're still the same.
The Doctor returns Dorium's head, and we find out the question, and a few other things to tease for the future.
Fields of Trenzalore, the fall of the 11th, and the question. Doctor Who?
That's a great question. I've been wondering that myself.
And now after 6 series, Doctor Who Confidential is no more. So just imagine what happened behind the scenes at this point. There is a Christmas special, It was okay. The Doctor helps a family at Christmas and they get their dad back from the war, and there's some wooden creatures. But we do get this adorable scene of the Doctor reuniting with the Ponds.
Joining us?
If it's no trouble.
There's a place set for you.
But you didn't know I was coming. Why would you set me a place?
Oh, because we always do. It's Christmas, you moron.
It's March 2012, Jenna Coleman is confirmed as the new companion, and Amy and Rory are set to depart in the first half of Series 7 in the autumn. We kick off the series with Asylum of the Daleks. The Daleks need the Doctor's help, and they bring the gang back together to blow up the Asylum of Crazy Daleks. Also, Rory and Amy got a divorce, and now we meet Oswin.
Hello. Are you real?
Is she going to join the gang? And oh no, she's a Dalek. And she dies as she blows up the planet.
Run, you clever boy. And remember.
But before she dies, she manages to erase the Doctor from every Dalek's memory. And Amy and Rory stay together in the end. Phew. And now...
Dinosaurs! On a spaceship!
And Rory's dad, Brian, is here.
What sort of a man doesn't carry a trowel?
They pick him up and they find dinosaurs. Oh, and Queen Nefertiti and a hunter are here to help. They stop a criminal from taking the Queen, but he kills one of the dinosaurs.
Oh well, that's all ancient history now.
The Doctor kills him naturally, and they all save the ship. And next up, a cowboy adventure.
Tea, but the strong stuff. Leave the bag in.
The Doctor's mercy is put to the test against an alien evil scientist living in this town.
Today, I honour the victims first. His, the Masters, the Daleks, all the people who died because of my mercy.
In the end, this scientist blows himself up, atoning for his wrongs, and the alien gunslinger that's here ends up being the sheriff. The end. Back to Earth now, and we meet the daughter of Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart.
Kate Stewart, Head of Scientific Research at UNIT.
And they wonder why boxes are appearing everywhere on Earth. This gets solved quite easily, and Brian convinces Amy and Rory to stay with the Doctor and have more adventures.
Go save every world you can find. Who else has that chance?
What a dad. A nice picnic in New York City, and our team are chilling out reading a crime novel.
I hate endings.
But soon enough, the novel is telling the story of what is happening in real time.
He said, I just went to get coffees for the Doctor and Amy.
And the Weeping Angels are back. Along with River Song.
You really are the most devious bastard in New York City.
Rory is sent back in time to 1938 New York by a weeping angel. The Doctor and Amy go back to get him and find River there. The angels have created a battery farm out of a hotel to lure victims in there and feed off their time energy.
Finally, some good fucking food.
The angels capture Rory and he dies as an old man in front of the gang.
I'm sorry, Rory. But you just died.
They find out a plan and they escape his fate just in time. And wow, the Statue of Liberty is an angel. How cool.
I always wanted to visit the Statue of Liberty. I guess she got impatient.
So Amy and Rory jump off the building, creating a paradox so the whole adventure never happened.
Together. Or not at all.
What the hell are you doing? Amy! The paradox is working!
And they wake up in a graveyard in present day, and they head back to the TARDIS and they continue the series happily. Wait, Rory, no.
Doctor!
He's sent back in time by a surviving angel, and the Doctor can't get him. It could destroy the universe. The Doctor begs Amy to come back to the TARDIS.
Just come back into the TARDIS. Come on, pond, please.
But she's ready to say her goodbyes as she's convinced to go join Rory and says,
Agony man! Goodbye!
The Doctor and River Song head back to the TARDIS as she tells the Doctor to not travel alone and also to maybe check the last page in the novel, the Doctor rushes back and finds one last message from Amy Pond to say,
So know that we lived well and were very happy. And above all else, know that we will love you always. This is the story of Amelia Pond. And this is how it ends.
It's now Christmas 2012. The Doctor, after losing the Ponds, ends up staying on a cloud in London 1800s near Jenny, Vastra and Strax.
Good evening. I'm a lizard woman from the dawn of time, and this is my wife.
Look, it's been snowing.
But mystery is afoot as the snow is alive. We bump into Clara, a nanny/barmaid. She manages to convince the Doctor to help out and stop the snow from taking over, which is controlled by the Great Intelligence. Yeah, they controlled those Yetis in the 60s, remember? The Doctor shows off the TARDIS and invites Clara on board, and we finally get our new companion. She's falling over to her death. The Doctor stops the Great Intelligence just about with the help of a dying Clara.
Run, you clever boy. And remember.
We end the episode by going to her grave and he sees the name, Clara Oswin Oswald. The Doctor connects the dots and is ready to find Clara and solve this mystery in present day. And now for the rest of Series 7, and it comes with a new title sequence for some reason. The Doctor is isolating in Cumbria and gets a phone call to the TARDIS from Clara asking about the Wi-Fi and was given this number by a woman in the shop. The Doctor rushes to present-day Earth to find Clara is just a normal girl called Clara, really. The Wi-Fi is taking people and they are determined to stop this. They stop a plane from crashing. The Doctor finds a leaf in Clara's diary. And then they show off their new motorbike.
Did you even hear the word anti-grav?
They end up stopping the Wi-Fi, which is the Great Intelligence, and then they invite Clara on board.
What do you say? Anywhere.
Come back tomorrow. Because tomorrow I might say yes.
In the next episode, we start off the episode with the Doctor determined to find out who Clara is and goes through her timeline.
I don't know. I think that's a bit dodgy, mate.
He finds out the leaf in her book is the reason her mum and dad met. So now he picks up Clara and she asks to find
something awesome.
And off they go to a space market, and an angry sun god isn't happy, so they try to stop it from feasting. Murray Gold goes off with another banger.
I hope you've got a big appetite. Because I have lived a long old life, and I have seen.
The Doctor's speech isn't enough, so Clara uses her leaf as memories to defeat the god. The end. Now the Ice Warriors return and they nearly start a Cold War. No pun intended. Also, they come out their shell a bit. Ew! Anyway, now the Doctor and Clara go to a creepy house and they find out if ghosts are real. And ghosts aren't real and they're just lonely aliens that want to be together. Moving on, it's a trippy adventure to find Clara in the centre of the TARDIS as it's captured by a salvage team. The Doctor confronts Clara about being impossible and dying over and over again.
What are you, eh? A trick? A trap?
I don't know what you're talking about!
In the end, they reset the whole adventure so the TARDIS had the shields up and wasn't salvaged.
Big friendly button.
Where are we going, Strax?
We are going to the north.
A crazy grandma has a leech who wants to poison 1800s Earth, so the Doctor and Clara and the Paternoster gang, that's their name now, stop this evil plan. Clara gets dropped off at home and the kids that she's babysitting have found pictures of her from the past, so they blackmail her to travel in time with the Doctor. In the next adventure, they go to a space theme park planet and Cybermen have taken over. They're very upgraded. The Doctor plays chess with a cyber version of himself, wins, blows up planet. They drop off the kids and the end. And now, finale time.
What kind of idiot would try and steal a faulty TARDIS?
The name of the Doctor. And what an opening!
Doctor?
Yes? What is it? What do you want?
Sorry. But you're about to make a very big mistake.
I'm Clara Oswald. I'm the impossible girl. I was born to save the Doctor.
So, the Paternoster crew hold a conference call in their dreams and invite Clara and River Song. They have a message from a crazy dude about the Doctor's grave being found. Suddenly, Jenny is killed. Everyone wakes up and the Paternoster gang are taken by the Whispermen to somewhere called
Trenzalore.
According to the Great Intelligence, yep, they're the big baddie of this season. Clara wakes up and tells the Doctor, so they go to find them. We arrive at Trenzalore, the planet where the Doctor is buried inside a TARDIS.
I mean, it actually is the TARDIS, my TARDIS from the future. What else would they bury me in?
It's very bigger on the outside now. And River is here. Oh wait, she's a ghost and she's only visible to Clara. Or is she? They find the Paternoster gang and Jenny is saved. Whew. The Great Intelligence wants to get into the Doctor's tomb, but it needs their name.
Doctor Who? Please!
Say my name.
No, but I did.
They get in and it's the Doctor's time stream, like an open wound.
Have you ever thought about life beyond the rest of
I am personal time tunnel.
The Great Intelligence plan all along is to jump into the Doctor's time stream and change all his victories to defeats. The Doctor, nearly dying, ends up being saved by no other than Clara.
Run, you clever boy. And remember me.
Clara is splintered across the Doctor's timeline, saving him over and over again, and she even ends up influencing the First Doctor to steal the right TARDIS.
Don't steal that one, steal this one. The navigation system's knackered, but you'll have much more fun.
With everything back to normal but no Clara, the Doctor is ready to jump in and save her. River, thinking the Doctor can't see or hear her, suddenly...
Be sensible! How are you even doing that?
You are always here to me. And I always listen. And I can always see you.
And they share one final kiss.
Nobody else in this room can see you. God knows how that looked.
Huh?
The Doctor jumps into his own time stream and saves Clara. The Doctor and Clara reunite, and then we see a Doctor we haven't seen.
What I did without choice.
But not in the name of the Doctor.
John Hurt is the War Doctor? We end Series 7 in May 2013, and it's time. It's big anniversary time. 50 years of the Silly Alien Show is here. With announcements of John Hurt and David Tennant as the Doctors for this episode, we are also greeted with the return of Billie Piper. But Matt Smith has confirmed that their time is up in the TARDIS, and the search for the new Doctor is on. August 2013, and the BBC airs a special programme showcasing the new Doctor live on TV. We get our new Doctor.
Peter Capaldi!
Peter Capaldi walks out on stage confirming that they are the 12th incarnation of Doctor Who. It's nearly anniversary time, as we get a little episode on YouTube, a little prequel called Night of the Doctor. That's pretty nice, and Paul McGann is back.
I'm a doctor, but probably not the one you expected.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
We see the regeneration of the 8th Doctor to the War Doctor as he chooses to be a warrior in the Time War. Amazing surprise, and even makes Big Finish kinda canon.
Charlie, Carey's Lucy, Tamsin, Molly.
And now, here is the best trailer of Doctor Who.
This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever.
One impossible day. The day I've been running from all my life. The day of the Doctor.
A little docudrama called An Adventure in Space and Time airs, which tells the real-life story of how Doctor Who came to our screens back in 1963. It stars David Bradley as William Hartnell. It's beautifully done and is a treat for Doctor Who fans, especially that ending. The 50th anniversary, The Day of the Doctor, is going to be aired simultaneously in 94 countries and shown in cinemas in 3D. 23rd of November 2013. The Doctor and Clara are back, and they are picked up quite literally by unit.
I don't like being picked up.
Kate is back with her scientific advisor, Osgood. She's a big Doctor fan.
Inhaler!
They have a 3D painting at the National Gallery named No More, or Gallifrey Fools. It depicts the day the Doctor blows up Gallifrey, and flashback, the War Doctor is destroying some Daleks, and then goes off to a barn ready to blow up Gallifrey with the Moment, a sentient bomb that he stole from the Time Lords, which takes on the form of...
Bad Wolf.
The Moment opens a time tunnel, and suddenly...
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Back to present day, the 11th Doctor and Clara check out an undergallery, and we see a painting of the 10th Doctor with...
Elizabeth I. You knew her then?
Another flashback. Or forward from a certain point of view. The 10th Doctor is trying to find a Zygon and proposes to the Queen.
Will you marry me?
Of course I will.
Ah, gotcha!
You're a Zygon.
Oh! And the horse was a Zygon all along.
And a nice horse.
They escape, but that Zygon has taken on the form of the Queen, and there are two of them. Suddenly, time tunnel and...
For instance, a fez.
Now, 11, Clara and Kate are wondering why paintings have been broken from the inside, and of course the 11th Doctor grabs a fez.
Someday, you could just walk past a fez.
Never gonna happen.
And suddenly, you guessed it,
Oh no, not now.
a time tunnel. The 11th Doctor chucks his fez into it and jumps in to be confronted with the Doctor. They have some cheeky banter, compare Sonics...
Compensating? For what?
They chuck the fez back through and it lands with the War Doctor, who comes to join the party with 10 and 11 in England, 1562.
I'm looking for the Doctor.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place.
Clara and Kate end up heading off to the Black Archive in the Tower of London, where the Doctors get locked up in by supposed Zygon Queen Elizabeth in the past. The Doctors have some alone time, technically. They chat about where they are in their lives. In the present, the Zygons have already invaded and taken the forms of Kate and Osgood. In the Black Archive, Clara escapes the Zygons by using the Vortex Manipulator and going to where the Doctors are.
How did you do that?
Wasn't locked.
Right.
All together now, they find out the Zygons have been using Time Lord technology to put themselves into paintings and then popping out later in the future. Also, Queen Lizzie isn't a Zygon because Human One killed it. And she's of course not forgotten about the wedding.
There are a lot of this in the future.
It does start to happen, yeah.
I will be right back.
37 years later for the Queen, and like 2 years ago for the Doctor, I guess.
My sworn enemy.
What?
Off with his head!
Now our Doctors and Clara find out the Zygons have taken the Black Archive, and Kate and Osgood are there ready to stop them by blowing up London. The Doctors can't seem to land, so they pop themselves into the Gallifrey painting as they manage to get it delivered to the Black Archive. Time travel in it. They pop out in style.
Hello.
I'm the Doctor.
Sorry about the Dalek.
They stop the Zygons and the humans from starting a war by making them forget if they are Zygon or human, creating a peace treaty.
Peace in our time.
The War Doctor, proud of themselves for doing what is right in the future, is ready to use the moment.
I'm ready.
The War Doctor is ready to blow up Gallifrey, but is then greeted by our Doctors, thanks to the moment, and they're ready to do it together. Clara convinces our Doctor that they need to be what they've always been.
Be a doctor.
Now here is where it gets real. A really iconic moment. Doctors are ready to save Gallifrey, and they use that Time Lord painting technology to hide Gallifrey in the painting. They call upon the War Council, ready to enact their plan, but the Council says,
The calculations alone would take hundreds of years.
Lucky for them,
Don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
all our Doctors are on screen saving Gallifrey, but no, wait.
All 12 of them.
No, sir.
All 13!
Gallifrey is saved. What a moment. We're back in the gallery in present day. The doctors debate the title of the painting over some tea.
Either No More or Gallifrey Falls.
But the past doctors realise they'll forget they saved Gallifrey, and they say their farewells. The War Doctor returns to their TARDIS and starts to regenerate, and we see a glimpse of the Ninth Doctor. 10 says goodbye after finding out they're heading to Trenzalore one day, and of course they say,
We need a new destination, because I don't want to go.
Clara leaves the Doctor with the painting, and we suddenly hear a booming voice.
You know, I really think you might.
The curator greets the 11th Doctor, and it's only bloody Tom Baker.
And in years to come, you might find yourself revisiting a few, but just the old favourites.
And explains the painting is only one title.
Gallifrey Falls No More.
Full of hope, our Doctor is ready and knows that Gallifrey is somewhere out there, and we end the 50th anniversary on this beautiful shot.
Oh, that was crazy. I've never actually experienced that sort of atmosphere again before. It's absolutely electric.
So, we've heard the name, the night, the day. Now it's the time of the Doctor. Back to Trenzalore, and the Doctor finds something that truly spooks him. The crack in the wall is back, but why? Gallifrey is on the other side, and the Doctor needs to bring it back by saying their name into the crack. But all the enemies are waiting and ready to invade as the Doctor stays on Trenzalore in a town called Christmas to defend it with his Cyberman head called Handles. The Doctor has some help from a friend called Tasha Lem, who is in charge of a space church, who are in leagues with the Silence.
The Doctor will not speak his name. Silence will fall.
It's like poetry, sort of, they rhyme.
Clara is sent home as the Doctor defends the town. She returns and finds out the Doctor is on their final regeneration, as Time Lords only have 12 lives. In the end, the Daleks take over the space church, and they now remember the Doctor. The Doctor sends Clara back again, for good this time, but not for long. As Tasha Lem comes to get her, she can pilot TARDIS now apparently, and drops her off to be with the Doctor before he dies. But now he's really, really old. The Doctor is ready to die and faces their fate as the town is invaded.
Got nothing this time.
Iconic moment. Clara begs the Time Lords for new regenerations for the Doctor through the crack. They oblige, and a big explosion regeneration happens, destroying all the enemies around him.
Not from Gallifrey, boys!
Clara returns to the TARDIS and sees the phone is hanging out. She puts it back, and we see the 11th Doctor back to their younger self, having a final fish fingers and custard, and the regeneration starts.
I will always remember when the Doctor was me.
And the Doctor sees a vision of a certain someone.
Raggedy Man. Good night.
We say goodbye to the 11th Doctor, and achoo! Peter Capaldi is here.
Kidneys! I've got new kidneys! I don't like the colour.
Of your kidneys?
Do you happen to know how to fly this thing?
For another Doctor, Stephen Moffat stays on as showrunner, along with Jenna Coleman as Clara Oswald, and we meet the 12th Doctor, who is made of eyebrows, Scottish, and is trying to find out who they really are. We have a Doctor that will not take any rubbish.
Not like that, not like that. Get it right.
But has a heart of gold.
And this is my spoon.
He's also got his own catchphrase.
Clara. Clara.
Clara, 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 Clara.
Clara. Clara. Oh, my Clara. 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 Clara.
And now, a new theme tune and an opening title sequence. Falling to a Victorian London out of a T-Rex's mouth they brought with them, we meet the Paternoster gang again, as Clockwork droids are back. Clara has trouble accepting this older man as the Doctor.
Why did I choose this face?
But in the end, the Doctor stops these Clockwork people just in time, and they get a pretty cool outfit change.
What do you think?
Finally, Clara gets a call, in present day, from the 11th Doctor, just before they regenerated on Trenzalore.
Hey, for me. Help.
You can't see me, can you? You look at me and you can't see me. I don't think that I'm a hugging person now.
I'm not sure you get a vote.
But who is this fancy woman in the garden, though? The team are thrusted to go inside a Dalek and find out why it's gone good.
A good Dalek?
There's no such thing.
In fact, they end up making the Dalek hate all other Daleks.
The Daleks are exterminated!
The Doctor gets roasted again by the Dalek.
I am not a good Dalek. You are a good Dalek.
Then Clara, in the next adventure, asks the Doctor to meet Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, the heroic outlaw who robs from the rich and gives to the poor.
Yeah.
It's made up. There's no such thing.
Which they end up doing.
Robin Hood laughs in the face of all.
And do people ever punch you in the face when you do that?
As fiction becomes reality, and have a little goofy adventure with him and save the day from the evil sheriff. During this time at work, Clara has a boyfriend, Danny Pink, a maths teacher. He has a little trauma for being in the army. Their first date doesn't go to plan. So she goes off with the Doctor to find a creature that's good at perfect hiding, and they meet a future relative of Danny called Orson, who's on a ship at the end of the universe. They help him out and go back to the TARDIS, and suddenly the Doctor is knocked out cold, so Clara uses the TARDIS telepathic circuits and lands in a barn. She hides under the bed of a little boy, that boy being a young Doctor on Gallifrey. She freaks them out and then calms them down by saying a First Doctor quote. Pretty cool.
Fear makes companions of us all.
Fear makes companions of all of us.
And after that, Clara makes sure our Doctor can never find out they were there. It's time for a heist. A time heist with a new gang. And hang on, is that Bridgerton Jonathan Bailey? They break into a bank and save a lonely creature and reunite them with their partner. Oh.
Robbing a bank. Robbing a whole bank. Be that for a date.
The Doctor becomes a caretaker at Clara's school in the next episode, and he doesn't like Danny that much.
Stay out of my way. The less you know, the better.
We can forget about this episode. And that woman keeps appearing again. That's the Rani, right? Kill the moon heirs.
The moon's an egg.
On to the next episode. Clara is annoyed about the Doctor not taking any responsibility from the previous episode and agrees on one last adventure.
The last hurrah.
The last hurrah.
A Space Orient Express that goes horrifically wrong. And hey look, Foxes, the singer, is singing Queen. They help stop a mummy from killing people because of an evil AI on the train called Gus.
I'm the Doctor and I will be your victim this evening. Are you my mummy?
They stop the mummy, they escape the evil AI train just about, and then in the end, Clara gets a call from Danny asking if she's done with the Doctor. She lies to him and the Doctor because she's so not done.
He's fine with it.
Seriously?
Let's go.
And they go to Bristol, but the TARDIS gets shrunk with the Doctor inside.
Stop laughing, this is serious.
And Clara takes on the mantle of...
I'm the Doctor.
Don't you dare.
What are you a doctor of?
Of lies.
2D aliens are trying to understand our dimension, and they're eating people and using energy drained from the TARDIS. And with the help of a young graffiti artist named Rigsy, Clara manages to use the creature's power against them and charge the TARDIS back to normal.
You are monsters! That is the role you seem determined to play, so it seems that I must play mine. The man that stops the monsters.
Clara's pretty pleased with herself, the Doctor being impressed but slightly worried.
You were an exceptional doctor, Clara.
Thank you.
Goodness had nothing to do with it.
Next up, planet Earth is saved by trees as Clara and Danny are on a school trip in London. The Doctor arrives and finds out there's a deadly solar flare and these trees are here to help in the end. Danny finds out about Clara still travelling with the Doctor, but then asks her to tell him everything when she's ready. And that woman, who is she? It's finale time, and Clara is ready to tell Danny everything. Danny gets hit by a car on the phone to Clara, and he's dead. Clara, devastated, sees the Doctor and asks them to go visit an active volcano. She takes all the hidden keys of the TARDIS and sends the Doctor to sleep using a special patch. They wake up. Clara threatens the Doctor to save Danny by chucking the keys into the lava.
Do I have your attention? Save him, bring him back.
No.
She chucks them all in, and in the end, that patch didn't work on him, and it was all a dream sequence for her. Devastated, the Doctor feels betrayed.
You let me down!
But...
do you think I care for you so little that betraying me would make a difference?
And they end up helping Clara to find an afterlife. Using the telepathic circuits, they end up in some sort of mausoleum with skeletons in water sitting down. And suddenly it's Missy who snogs the Doctor.
Huh?
I am Missy.
Anyway, the Doctor and Clara find out this place is called 3W, which means 3 words.
If you'd rather not hear these words, there's still...
Can you just hurry up, please, or I'll hit you with my shoe? Don't cremate me!
A revelation is revealed that the dead can feel pain. That's light for a family show. We find out Danny is in a place called the Nethersphere, a place where the consciousness of the dead go. Danny's past catches up with him as he is confronted with the reason of his war trauma, an innocent boy that he killed. Suddenly, the skeletons are all Cybermen! And Clara manages to speak to Danny, but wants to make sure it's him. As the Doctor panics, they bump into Missy again, who explains the Nethersphere is Time Lord technology. They run outside panicked, and it's only St. Paul's Cathedral. Iconic shot outside St. Paul's Cathedral again, and Missy reveals to be, you guessed it, not the Rani, no.
Couldn't very well keep calling myself the Master. Now, could I?
Bruh. And we're at the end of the series. We start the episode with an iconic intro with Clara as she tells the Cyberman that she's the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
And the title sequence looks like this. After her big reveal, Missy reveals that her plan is to turn the dead into Cybermen by then making it rain cyber pollen over the graves of Earth. Unit is back with Kate Stewart and Osgood as they arrest Missy and they induct the Doctor as President of Earth. They go onto a plane and Missy escapes. She kills Osgood, reveals she gave the Doctor's number to Clara,
Best outline in the universe.
and blows up the plane with Kate falling to her death. The Doctor does some cool skydiving straight into the TARDIS. And yay, Danny is back! But as a Cyberman, unfortunately. So with Clara, they meet with the Doctor in a graveyard, and Missy appears in a very, very Mary Poppins-esque way, and she ends up gifting this army of Cybermen to the Doctor.
Why are you doing this?
I need you to know we're not so different.
The Doctor declines and realizes they are actually not a good man, but...
I am an idiot with a box and a screwdriver.
He gives Cyber Danny the control, so Danny detonates the Cyberman and sacrifices himself. Missy accepts to be executed by the Doctor, but not before giving the answer to where Gallifrey is.
It's returned to its original location. Didn't you ever think to look?
She's then shot by a Cyberman who ends up being our dear friend, the Brigadier, apparently. Also, he saved Kate, so that was quite cute. In the end, the Doctor goes to find Gallifrey, opens the doors, and nothing is there. He gets a little angry. Clara nearly gets Danny back with a bracelet the Doctor fixed, but then Danny sends through the boy he killed instead, and we say goodbye to Danny Pink. The Doctor and Clara end up lying to each other to make sure they're both happy, and they have one more hug, but...
Never trust a hug. It's just a way to hide your face.
They part ways. The Doctor has a snooze and is suddenly woken up by no other than Father Christmas.
What do you want for Christmas?
Huh?
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. No, I gave you a dream inside a dream inside a dream. We head off to the North Pole to an Arctic team who are researching these crabs that look like something off Alien.
There's a horror movie called Alien. That's really offensive. No wonder everyone keeps invading you.
The Doctor and Clara find out they lied to each other about Danny and Gallifrey.
I lied so you'd go home to Gallifrey instead of fussing about me.
I never found Gallifrey. I lied.
These crabs are killing off these people by making them dream to death, as Clara gets attacked by one and dreams of a Christmas with Danny, who ends up telling her that
every Christmas is last Christmas.
And he and the Doctor end up saving her. The Doctor and Clara find out with the help of Santa that the whole scenario that they are in with the crew is a dream. They escape with the help of Santa in his sleigh.
Look at me! I'm only a shame!
They all wake up in the real world, but then we find Clara has grown old and the Doctor is too late. They share one last Christmas together.
Every Christmas is last Christmas.
As the Doctor wishes that he maybe arrived a bit earlier.
I should have come back earlier. I wish that I had.
Do you, Doctor? How much do you wish that?
Wakey, wakey.
But wait, that's also a dream. The Doctor ends up finding Clara, who's still young, and offers her all of time and space.
Please. Don't even argue.
Merry Christmas, Doctor.
Merry Christmas, Clara Oswald.
And off they go.
No, I feel like we're gonna puke, dude. I can't keep doing this to myself. I can't. Something's gotta change, brother.
2015, Doctor Who returns with Maisie Williams guest starring fresh of Game of Thrones, and this is confirmed to be Jenna Coleman's final series as Clara, as she'll leave at the end. Series 9 differs from the other series, with more two-parters than single-parters. The Doctor discovers that a boy he's trying to rescue on a battlefield is a young Davros.
Tell me the name of the boy who isn't going to die today.
Davros. My name is Davros.
Okay.
And abandons him with his screwdriver and disappears in the TARDIS. Clara is summoned by UNIT and finds that Missy is still alive, who then reveals that she has the Doctor's confession dial.
In your terms, a will.
They end up finding the Doctor in Essex, 1138, having a midlife crisis.
He doesn't know we're here, does he?
This random snake dude rocks up and tells them that Davros is dying. They all get taken to a Dalek ship, and the Doctor gets taken to Davros and has a little chinwag about him dying. Missy and Clara soon find out it's not just the ship, but...
Scarrow!
They get captured by the Daleks and taken to the city, but they're suddenly exterminated as the Doctor watches in horror. He's now ready to go back in time to do what he should have done.
Exterminate!
Missy uses Dalek energy to power her and Clara's escape after getting shot, just like she did before.
That's how you did it.
The Doctor nicks Davros' chair for a bit.
So, anyone for Dodgems?
And demands that they return Clara.
Clara Oswald. I want Clara Oswald.
Missy and Clara go through the sewers filled with decaying Daleks that are still alive. Ugh. They kill one of the normal Daleks before emptying its case to disguise Clara as that Dalek.
Get in.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
Hang on. No, listen.
Meanwhile, the Doctor and a dying Davros are talking about the Hybrid, a creature part Time Lord, part Dalek. Davros absolutely plays the Doctor as the Doctor takes pity on him and uses their regeneration energy, but it's a trap, and it goes into every Dalek on Skaro, including the decaying ones in the sewers that rise up and take back the city. Missy finally rocks up, pokes Davros in the eye, and then gets the Doctor to nearly shoot Clara as the Dalek. Clara manages to escape. And Missy takes her leave. The Doctor and Clara get back to the TARDIS, and he's over screwdrivers now.
I'm all about wearable technology.
No.
Or just the Doctor and Clara Oswald in the TARDIS.
The Doctor ends up saving the young Davros, not killing him, and he's making sure that there is mercy.
Always mercy.
In the next episodes, it's a proper time travel adventure with ghosts on an underwater base in the future. The Doctor and Clara find out that these ghosts have something to do with this massive alien called the Fisher King, and the Doctor even breaks the fourth wall to talk to the audience about a bootstrap paradox.
The bootstrap paradox. Google it.
And I can't forget the iconic version of the theme tune played by Peter Capaldi. And R.I.P. to O'Donnell, another could-have-been companion. They manage to get rid of the ghosts and they leave. Now, the Doctor and Clara find a race called the Maya invading a Viking village. They defeat the Maya with the help of the villagers, but at the cost of a girl named Ashilda, played by Maisie Williams. The Doctor is devastated that he's lost again, but he realises where they got their face from.
Not the whole town. Just save someone.
I know where I got this face and I know what it's for. I'm the Doctor, and I save people. And if anyone happens to be listening, and you've got any kind of a problem with that, to hell with you!
Yep, it wasn't a coincidence in the end. Using the Maya technology the Doctor found, he gives it to Ashildr, making her immortal. She also gets a second chip, so she can give it to someone to spend eternity with in the future. Now, in the next episode, the Doctor's by themselves, and he's after an artifact in 1651 England, and bumps into Ashildr, who goes by the name of...
I call myself me.
But now she's pissed for being immortal and wants to travel with the Doctor, but he keeps on saying no. She ends up using the chip for some bloke or something, and there's an alien lion called Leonardo. Anyway, the episode ends on me saying she'll keep an eye out for the people the Doctor leaves behind. Now it's time for Secret Invasion, but done 10 times better if you can remember that Marvel show. Zygons are trying to live in peace among humans, but the cracks are showing. Osgood isn't dead, or is she one of the Zygons? Clara at her flat gets knocked out by some Zygons, and one takes her form called Bonnie.
Hello, Clara. My name's Bonnie.
Kate Stewart is trying her best to find Osgood, who has gone missing, and bumps into angry Zygons in New Mexico. The Doctor finds Osgood, and they head back to the UK via unit plane, but Bonnie as Clara shoots them down. But they end up surviving in Bond style. The opposing Zygons find out there's Osgood boxes in the Black Archive that could end the war and either expose the Zygons living in peace or keep them in their human form forever, or the other boxes destroy the Zygons or blow up London. Whew. Kate Stewart joins them, and the Doctor makes a big speech that fans post at really inconvenient times on Twitter when real life things are going on.
Sit down and talk!
We find out the boxes are empty and it's all a ploy. The Doctor wipes Kate's memories to keep the peace treaty. Bonnie becomes the new Osgood duplicate, making peace with the terms. Clara is of course saved as well. And now there's an episode about Mr. Sandman that's filmed entirely different from any other episode. As the Doctor and Clara try to find out what these Sandmen want, they escape, but not knowing the full truth, as the episode itself ends up being a message created by these Sand people to spread the infection of themselves everywhere, using sleepy dust. And it's Clara's time to face the Raven.
The challenge. Begin.
Rigsy is back and has a tattoo on the back of their neck that's counting down. They trace his movements down to a trap street, a place that houses refugee aliens. In the end, it was me, Ashildr, who had placed this on Rigsy as he apparently killed an alien. Clara gets a bit too doctory and transfers the tattoo to herself, thinking she'll be spared by me. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And the Doctor is furious as they find out it's all just deployed to get the Doctor there.
I'll bring unit, I'll bring Zygons, give me a minute, I'll bring the Daleks and the Cybermen. You will save Clara, and you will do it now, or I will rain hell on you for the rest of time. The Doctor is no longer here, you are stuck with me. And I will end you with everything you love.
Me has made a deal with an unknown party to have the Doctor transported far away to keep the streets safe. He's then told by Clara to not take revenge, and now the Raven comes for Clara and kills her very dramatically. In the end, Rigsy paints the TARDIS in memorial to Clara, and the Doctor is teleported away.
But I strongly advise you to keep out of my way. You'll find that it's a very small universe when I'm angry with you.
And now it's time for the best episode of the series. Here we are, a castle. The Doctor is teleported into a room and is ready to find out who did this to him and if it had anything to do with Clara's death.
I am the Doctor. I'm coming to find you, and I will never, ever stop.
Going through this castle, they are followed by a creature from his nightmares, the Veil. They escape being killed by them by confessing stuff each time.
I'm actually scared of dying.
Huh? With each confession opening doors and moving walls to the next rooms. The Doctor goes to each room, avoiding the Veil, and grieves over Clara. They jump out of windows.
Because you won't see this coming.
Dig graves. Run around the castle. And drink soup.
Got soup.
And they are also finding clues to get to room 12. The Doctor gets to this room, and inside there's a wall made of a mineral stronger than diamond.
Splendid. 400 times harder than diamond.
The Doctor, giving up hope, enters their TARDIS mind palace and isn't ready to confess what he knows about the hybrid as the Veil approaches him. He gets some much needed advice from Clara in his mind.
Get up off your ass and win.
As he's ready to find out who did this to him, he punches the wall, determined to get to the other side whilst telling a story about a shepherd's boy, until the Veil reaches him and mortally wounds him.
How many seconds in eternity.
The Doctor crawls back to the first room and burns his body up as energy to teleport himself in, and now the process repeats for like over 1 billion years as the Doctor tells the tale of a bird sharpening its beak on the Diamond Mountain every 100 years. Oh, and Murray Gold. Yup.
Yo! Ah! Nearly 1 billion years.
And when the entire mountain is chiseled away, the first second of eternity, and the first! You must think that's a hell of a long time. Personally, I think that's a hell of a... Ah! Personally, I think that's a hell of a bird.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
They eventually break the wall and they finally get through the breach and realize they were in their confession dial the entire time and they're actually on Gallifrey. He tells a local boy to let the city know of his return. And then...
The hybrid, destined to conquer Gallifrey and stand in its ruins. It's me.
After this revelation, we're on to the finale. But we're in a diner, with the Doctor playing a song on his guitar to Clara.
Is it a sad song?
Nothing's sad till it's over. Then everything is.
We're now on Gallifrey. The Doctor is pissed off.
And I would rain down upon you so hard that you'd have to be reassembled by fucking air crash investigators.
He banishes President Rassilon.
Get off my planet.
And demands to see a friend. Whilst all of this is going on, this story is being told by the Doctor in a diner to Clara. Using Time Lord technology, he grabs Clara the moment before she dies, but she's frozen between heartbeats and has no pulse. They end up grabbing a neural block, I'll explain what it is later, and they shoot the General. We get to the cloisters and it's pretty spooky down there. As the Doctor and Clara find a way to escape in these cloisters, the Sisterhood of Khan and the Time Lords arrive, and they tell Clara how long he really spent in the confession dial for her.
We think 4.5 billion years.
I was dead and gone. Why? Why would you even do that to yourself?
I had a duty of care.
That's love right there. And they share some private words, but what do they say? And of course, what else did the Doctor do when coming to Gallifrey?
Why, he's stealing a TARDIS and running away. Bye!
Is that a boom mic?
Ah, yeah. Well, whenever you notice something like that, a wizard did it.
I see, all right, yes. But in episode AG4...
Wizard.
Ah, for Clavin out.
They steal the TARDIS and set off far away to the end of the universe where we pick up me.
Hello, me.
The neural block is revealed to remove the memories of the Doctor from Clara, so maybe she can get her pulse back and live. But she's not too pleased about this, so instead they take a gamble and the Doctor ends up forgetting Clara.
I don't think I could ever forget you.
Clara, I don't think you're ever gonna have to.
We're back in the diner, and the Doctor has finished telling this story.
If I met her again, I would absolutely know.
And plays Clara's theme one more time on his guitar.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
As the diner dematerializes around him, revealing his own TARDIS. The Doctor enters his TARDIS, he gets a new screwdriver and has some last words from Clara. Clara has a TARDIS disguised as a diner and her new companion, me, and is ready to go back to Gallifrey.
The long way around.
As our TARDISes travel through time and space. We're gonna miss you, Clara Oswald. Are you missing Doctor... Are you missing Doctor Who spin-offs? No, BBC Three confirmed Patrick Ness will pen a new spin-off called Class, set in the school Clara used to work in, and where Susan also used to go to, Coal Hill School. It follows a bunch of teens fending off aliens. This show is aimed at an older audience, a bit like Torchwood. It only gets one series till it's canned, but hey, I liked it. And now, River Song returns in the Christmas special, and she doesn't recognise the Doctor this time.
River!
How do you know me?
Well, it's a tiny bit complicated. People usually need a flowchart.
She's tasked to remove the diamond from a head of a king, who she married, and the Doctor is mistaken for a surgeon.
Tim, this is the surgeon.
Hello.
They spend the whole episode being chaotic.
You're talking about murdering someone.
I'm not. I'm actually murdering someone. He'll never know it was gone.
Yes, he will.
How?
He'll just know.
Well, he's never noticed before.
And the Doctor even gets a go at entering the TARDIS for the first time and becomes River's companion.
It's my go. God! Oh, it's bigger.
Yes.
On the inside. My grasp of the universal constants of physical reality has been changed forever.
River's assistant Nardole is here. He pops up again later as a companion. They can't get the diamond out of Greg's head and tries to sell it on a space cruise full of criminals. And after confessing her love for the Doctor in a very beautiful way...
When you love the Doctor, it's like loving the stars themselves. You don't expect a sunset to admire you back.
It clicks for her.
Hello, sweetie.
They crash the cruise liner into the planet Darillium. That's the planet that River told the 10th Doctor where they had their final meeting.
He took me to Darillium to see the Singing Towers. What a night that was.
The cruise crashes into the planet, but they stay safe in the TARDIS. As they arrive a few hours later in the TARDIS, the Doctor gifts a diamond to a worker, tells them to build a restaurant right here, opposite the towers. The Doctor gets a reservation overlooking the Singing Towers of Darillium, and they finally gift the sonic screwdriver to River. They share an emotional time together as the Doctor cries, and she asks how many years a night on Darillium is.
24 years.
I hate you.
No, you don't. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
We get an announcement on the 23rd of April that Pearl Mackie will be playing the new companion, Bill Potts. After a 1 year of no Doctor Who, we get a Christmas special. A kid becomes a superhero because he ate a crazy bone, and we're back in New York where he's an adult and things happen. And Nardole is now 12's new companion, and he tags along and they save the day, and there we go. 2017, and Doctor Who is finally back for Series 10. But Peter Capaldi has announced that this series is his final, along with Stephen Moffat and even Murray Gold as the composer will also step down. And it's confirmed Chris Chibnall will take over from Series 11. We have a whole series left. We start off with the pilot and we meet Bill, who is working at a uni as a dinner lady the Doctor is a lecturer at, along with Nardole, who's there. Bill falls for a girl with a star in her eye.
Trust me, gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's gonna be.
Who ends up becoming a space pilot puddle being thing. The Doctor takes on Bill as his student and becomes her personal tutor. He also gets pictures of Bill's mum for her since she mentioned
she died when I was a baby.
Oh.
There's hardly any photographs.
Top tier granddad tutor there. Also, Bill manages to describe the Doctor's run perfectly.
Like a penguin with his arse on fire.
Now, after a very cool TARDIS reveal.
Time and relative dimension in space. TARDIS for short.
It's like a
spaceship.
Kitchen.
What?
The Doctor, Bill and Nardole lead the Heather Puddle on a goose chase through time and space to see how far she will go. In the end, she was following Bill after a promise that she made to her.
Promise you won't go. Promise.
Bill asks her to let her go and be free, and she ends up disappearing into a puddle. Bill has a tear in her eye.
I don't think they're mine.
The Doctor is about to erase Bill's memories, but she pleads the Doctor doesn't do it.
Just imagine how it would feel if someone did this to you.
He doesn't erase her mind and invites her to travel on the TARDIS. But the Doctor is protecting a vault with something hidden in there. Now off to the future where there are robots.
It speaks emoji.
Of course it does.
They've eradicated half a human colony in the future since they weren't smiling enough. But the Doctor and Bill managed to find others and set everything straight by making sure everyone just
smile.
You can't be serious.
Now, the Doctor and Bill go back in time to the frozen Thames, and 12 decks are racist.
Always remember, Bill, passion fights, but reason wins.
They end up freeing an alien creature under the Thames from this racist lord, and they leave all his possessions to orphans. All in a day's work, really. We're back to present-day Earth as Bill and her friends are trying to find a uni house, and we find out that Bill is a mixer.
Do I know who this is? Yes, I know who this is.
Yeah, it's Spotify, so it's probably random.
Mix?
You like Little Mix?
Oh, clearly she does. Look, there's a whole playlist here.
Poirot has a wooden mum and he's trying to save her by feeding her people with wood mites. Ew. She ends up sacrificing herself and her son. So now Bill and her housemates lose their uni house and they've got to find a new one in this day and age. And oh no, capitalism has reached space, and it pays to breathe now. They try to help a crew on a space station to stop dead crewmates from killing them, but they find out it's all because greedy corporations. The Doctor loses his sight in the end while saving Bill.
You're blind.
I am?
They end up convincing the AI that keeping them alive would be more profitable. That sounds very Black Mirror-y. He lies to Bill, saying that he can still see, but...
I can't look at anything. Ever again. I'm still blind.
So the Doctor was supposed to stay on Earth this whole time and guard this vault, but why, you ask? We find out the Doctor long ago took a vow to keep guard of a vault containing, drumroll please, Missy! The Doctor is sentenced to execute Missy, but Nardole arrives, fresh from Darillium from River Song, to tell him that...
Your missus wouldn't approve. Warning, I have full permission to kick your ass.
Back to the matter at hand, though. Bill's date gets interrupted by the Pope.
Chi siete voi due ragazzi? Come mai sono finito qui in questa casa?
As the Doctor is told about an ancient text called the Veritas that he needs to translate that drives people to death in the Vatican. Bill and Nardole find portals in the Vatican to different places and find a disturbing truth. The Doctor finds out this is all a simulation for a species of monks who want to practice invading the Earth. The simulation Doctor manages to send his findings to the real-life Doctor through his sonic glasses. Back to reality, and Missy isn't executed but kept in the vault for 1,000 years under the Doctor's guard. The Doctor calls Bill and tells her to prepare for an invasion. The monks are here with a big pyramid, and they're misdirecting Earth by thinking there will be a military war, when really it's just the hungover Brian from My Parents Are Aliens not doing his job correctly in a lab that nearly causes a biological nightmare. Bill is helping out the leaders of the world by surrendering to the monks, but it's all a trap, as they want the world. So Bill makes them a deal to save Earth by giving the Doctor his sight back so he can stop the biological nightmare from happening.
What have you done?
I tell you what, old man, you better get my planet back.
They cause havoc, creating a world where they appear to guide humanity. Bill finds the Doctor, but they seem to be working for the monks. So she shoots the Doctor, but it was all just a dramatic ruse to see if they could trust her.
And you were in on this too?
Oh, it was partly his idea.
God, I am gonna beat this shit.
They head back to the uni and talk with Missy, who says the best way to stop the monks is by killing Bill.
Just kill them.
The Doctor is determined to stop the monks by not doing what Missy wants to do, but they fail. So Bill steps in by projecting images of a mum as a force of hope instead of the monks' influences. The monks leave Earth and humanity recalls none of these events. Whilst chilling in the vault, Missy confesses that she has remorse for the ones she has murdered.
I keep remembering all the people I've killed.
Yeah, 360. When you're in the mirror, do you get what you see? When you're in the mirror, you're just looking at me. I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia.
It's that fellow with the giant arms again. And also, there's some ice warriors. Missy and Nardole come in to help the Doctor and co, who express their concerns for the Doctor.
The Doctor, please tell me. Really? Are you alright?
In the next episode, they find out what happens to the 9th Legion or something. When they finish, Missy's waiting in the TARDIS, and the Doctor is hoping they can turn Missy good.
And it's time for us to become friends again.
It's now finale time, and we start off the episode with the Doctor refusing to regenerate? What? Missy has now joined Bill, Nardole, and the Doctor on an adventure to a colony ship that is falling into a black hole.
Hello. I'm Doctor Who.
As they determine what's happening, a worker on the ship shoots Bill dead center on her stomach. We see the Doctor and Bill back on Earth as he explains to Bill what Missy means to him.
She's the only person I've ever met who's even remotely like me. She was my man crush.
Oh, and how Time Lords are very chill about gender and all of that.
We're the most civilized civilization in the universe. We're billions of years beyond your petty human obsession with gender and its associated stereotypes.
But you still call yourselves Time Lords.
Yeah, shut up.
Bill then asks the Doctor to promise to try and keep her alive at least on the adventure they are about to have. Bill is killed as suddenly creepy masked people come to take her downstairs of the ship to be repaired. So the Doctor leaves a message in her head to wait for him when she wakes up. Bill wakes up in horror to find she's strapped to an electric unit keeping her alive. She finds a man called Razor who is determined to help her.
Excellent. Positive attitude will help with the horror to come.
As all of this is going on, upstairs the Doctor finds out that time is moving differently because of the black hole, and they are going slowly and Bill is moving faster.
It's all about gravity.
The gang finally make it downstairs, but all too late. Whilst they'd been upstairs, time had moved faster and Razor tricked Bill into the conversion chamber. They arrive and the Doctor and Nardole go find Bill as Missy finds out where this ship is from.
Look at that, this ship is from Mondas.
The Cyberman's first planet? Razor catches up to Missy and wait, I swear we recognise him actually.
Someone's former Prime Minister.
John Cena's back as the Master as they team up together.
Give us a kiss.
This would have been a greater shock if it wasn't spoiled at the beginning of the series. Bill comes out fully converted and she tells the Doctor that she waited for them as a tear falls down her face.
I waited for you.
One Doctor, two Masters, a Nardole, Bill as a Cyberman, and they try their best to get to the top of the ship as thousands of Cybermen are coming up to upgrade more civilians on different levels. They get to a higher level, which is a simulated farm. Bill has kept her humanity, but she's still a Cyberman.
Stand aside.
Do as she says. Is the future gonna be all girl?
I can only hope.
The Doctor tries to get through to the Master with a very, very nice speech.
Maybe we can help. A little. Why not? Just to the end. Just be kind.
See this face?
That Master wasn't listening the whole entire time. They both decline and leave back to their TARDIS.
But no. Sorry.
The Doctor tells Nardole to assist the rest of the survivors to the top of the ship and to take care of them.
Doctor?
Whilst they stay with Bill to fend off the Cybermen. Missy and the Master get back to the lift where she gives him a little hug and a stab.
Now that was really very nicely done.
She's ready to stand with the Doctor and help them.
It's time to stand with the Doctor.
No.
But not for long.
I will never stand with the Doctor!
Yes, my dear, you will.
As the Master shoots Missy in the back with his laser screwdriver, making sure she can't regenerate. Missy is left for dead as the Master laughs back to his TARDIS, ready to regenerate into her. Yes, her. Doctor takes their final stand and defeats the Cybermen with Bill, but gets wounded by one of the Cybermen and then dies, blowing up the whole floor.
I hope there be stars.
Bill crying over the Doctor's body till suddenly Heather returns to turn Bill like her.
You're like me now.
She was a tear in her eye the whole time, and they take the Doctor's body back to the TARDIS as Heather sets it in flight.
I'm the pilot. Can fly anything.
Bill says one last goodbye to the Doctor.
It's a big universe. I hope I see you again. Where there's tears, there's hope.
And she and Heather travel the universe in their puddle forms. Suddenly, the Doctor awakens after having a quick little flashback of his besties.
Doctor! 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 Doctor.
And the regeneration process begins, but they're not too happy and refuse to regenerate. The TARDIS lands in the South Pole, where someone else isn't so keen on regenerating as well.
You may be a doctor, but I am the doctor. The original, you might say.
Now it's time for a really iconic moment. The 16th of July, Doctor Who fans are about to find out who the new Doctor Who is after a Wimbledon match. The clip shows a hooded figure walking through the forest, and they get the TARDIS key out and take their hood off to reveal Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. The first female Doctor Who is finally here. Christmas 2017, and first of all, it's the greatest opening to an episode we've had.
Emotions, love, pride, hate, fear.
Have you no emotions, sir?
The First Doctor and the 12th Doctor in the South Pole as they are approached by a displaced World War I British captain as time has completely frozen.
Don't suppose either of you is a doctor.
Huh? You're trying to be funny.
Suddenly, all three of them are abducted by a ship and we're reunited with Bill.
I knew it!
On this ship, Glass people want them to return the captain because he's supposed to die, and they'll let them go. But then they give the Doctor a quick glimpse into their future.
Is the Doctor.
What was that?
To be fair, they cut out all the jokes.
They escape with the captain and Bill, but they lose the TARDIS. But don't worry, the First Doctor has one, of course.
Over to you, Mary Berry.
Come on, take off now.
But don't worry, the First Doctor gets those classic sexist jokes they used to do. Ha ha ha.
That ship of his is in dire need of a good spring clean.
No, stop.
Aren't all ladies made of glass in a way?
When I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
So now they head off to Villengard as the 12th Doctor meets that Dalek from his first series.
I am not a good Dalek. You are a good Dalek.
He wants to get some information on those glass people. We find out they're just harmless, and they extract people before their death and archive their memories.
Oh, it's not an evil plan. I don't really know what to do when it isn't an evil plan.
And we find out Bill is actually one of these people. The Doctor agrees on taking the captain back to their time zone, so time can go accordingly as he's about to die. We get the reveal that he's the father of a certain brigadier.
Archibald Hamish Lethbridge Judd.
But instead of dying...
Is that singing?
The Christmas truce begins. The soldiers play football and drink together and celebrate Christmas. Now the First Doctor has accepted they are ready to regenerate.
I think I'm ready now. Are you?
The First Doctor leaves to regenerate in their own TARDIS. The Doctor on the battlefield takes one last stroll with Bill as she explains that everyone is just memories in the end, and she gives the Doctor one last present.
Merry Christmas, Doctor.
Clara.
The memories of Clara return to the Doctor. Glass, Bill and Nardole comfort the Doctor and say one last thank you and a hug.
Thank you both for everything that you were to me.
Then disappear. The Doctor is left on their own, ready to leave the battlefield and change. Iconic regeneration moment. The Doctor begins their regeneration and makes sure the next Doctor is ready to...
Never be cruel, never be cowardly, and never ever eat pears.
Run fast.
Be kind.
As the Doctor finally lets go.
I let you go.
Enter the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, who is going to be absolutely...
Brilliant.
The TARDIS goes crazy, blowing everything up again, and the Doctor is chucked out and falls to Earth as the TARDIS dematerializes. A new era is here, 2018, and Chris Chibnall is the new showrunner as the show gets a new logo, a new composer, Sagan Akinola, and a brand new TARDIS team. Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor is energetic,
He's like a blind man! Snap!
inquisitive,
Are you Ed Sheeran?
full of hope,
Travel hopefully. The universe will surprise you.
and also loves a fam.
My fam. Fam! Come on, fam. Hi, fam. Extended fam.
We start our episode, but wait, no intro?
So no.
Okay, so we meet Ryan Sinclair, who is dyspraxic, trying to learn to ride a bike with his nan Grace and her husband Graham.
You're doing it, mate!
Ryan doesn't succeed and chucks his bike into the woods.
Ryan Sinclair, don't you dare!
Grace and Graham leave, and Ryan goes to find his bike, and he comes across a blue pod that appears out of nowhere. And we meet Yaz,
Ladies, please.
a police officer who is called to investigate the blue pod. On the train, Grace and Graham, along with a guy called Carl, get attacked by a spaghetti ball. But look who falls straight out of the sky. The Doctor is here.
Sorry, half an hour ago I was a Whitehead Scotsman.
She stops the spaghetti ball, and Yaz arrives along with Ryan. Carl just leaves in the end because it's a bit too much for him. Yaz takes everyone else back to Grace's in her car.
Can we have the lights and siren on?
No! Should we do it?
And the Doctor has a quick nap, but wakes up and locates the monster with Ryan's phone. We find out that the pod has been taken, and there's an alien inside that escapes that kills people and takes their teeth.
Ew!
The Doctor locates where the pod is and takes the whole entire gang and builds a new sonic screwdriver.
Ta-da!
Ooh. We meet this kebab man, and no, don't go near him.
Eat my salad. Halloween.
The gang find the creature, who is a Tim Shah, or as the Doctor likes to call him,
Tim Shaw?
Tim Shaw.
Tim Shaw?
Tim Shaw.
They soon find out Tim Shaw collects bounties and is after Carl, who's a crane operator. They locate Tim at this crane, and the Doctor and their new gang take on Tim Shaw to save Carl. The Doctor gets to Carl and sends Tim Shaw back to his planet after giving a speech.
I'm the Doctor, sorting out fair play throughout the universe. Now please, get off this planet.
Unfortunately, we lose Grace as she falls off the crane trying to stop the spaghetti ball. After Grace's funeral, the Doctor has lost the TARDIS and is determined to get it back. But first, a new outfit.
Got any cash? Empty pockets.
They make a device so they can get to the TARDIS and teleport there. But as she does this, she accidentally brings the new gang with them, and they are stuck in the vacuum of space. Ah, finally, a new intro which is taken straight from the 1960s with a brand new theme tune. And we're now on a space race as they get picked up in the middle of space by two competitors after some sort of ghost monument. Oh, it's the TARDIS. They survive this race with not too much help of Ryan's mad Call of Duty skills.
Call of Duty, man.
See, that's what I'm talking about! Where's the reload? Where's the reload? Woo!
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
And the Doctor doesn't know about
the timeless child.
They finish the race with the competitors sharing the win as the Doctor demands to get the ghost monument.
Come to Daddy. I mean, Mummy.
The TARDIS appears and the Doctor offers the gang to take them home to Sheffield after a really chill reaction entering into the TARDIS.
Wow.
Yeah.
They take a detour in the end and end up in Alabama in 1955, and they've arrived when Rosa Parks gives up her seat that starts the civil rights movement. The Doctor and co find out a criminal space racist from the future called Krasko wants to stop this movement from happening. The fam encounter many difficulties along the way, but manage to send Krasko back to his time using his own device. The fam become part of history as they make sure it's kept intact with Rosa getting arrested. They learn about her impact with an asteroid being named after her. The Doctor gets them back to Sheffield, finally. And now it's time for tea at Yaz's.
I love tea. Tea at Yaz's, amazing.
And we meet Yaz's family.
Are you two seeing each other? I don't think so. Are we? We're friends.
Graham returns home to finally grieve over Grace. Suddenly, giant spiders, thanks to B-Tech Donald Trump and his toxic waste.
I don't know who you are. Are you Ed Sheeran? Is he Ed Sheeran?
I am not Ed Sheeran. I am Ed Sheeran.
These big spiders are taking over this hotel, so to stop these spiders, Ryan ends up luring these gorgeous little creatures using Stormzy into a panic room. The spiders die humanely as possible because they're just too big to live. But unfortunately, one gets shot as well by that B-Tech Donald Trump. Hope we don't see that prick again. The fam end up staying on board with the Doctor and continue to go on adventures.
Love this bit.
Be careful, Doc, and boom! Wait, that's too early. Well, they blew up, and they wake up in a hospital spaceship transporting patients, and we meet the greatest foe of all time. The Pating, who's a pretty hungry alien fella. Graham and Ryan help someone give birth, whilst Yaz and the Doctor chase down this crazy gremlin. The ship is ready to blow when finding out about this goofy little goober. The Doctor, with some help from these cool guest stars, manages to stop this from happening and feeds the bomb to the Pating as it floats off, ready to cause havoc somewhere else. After this, Yaz uses her grandma's watch to find out more of her history, and they land in the northern Punjab on the day of the finalisation of the partition. She finds out the truth of her grandma, who's about to marry someone who isn't her grandfather, some guy called Prem. The Doctor is very happy to be one of the girls for once.
This is the best thing ever. Never did this when I was a man.
Huh?
My references to body and gender regeneration are all in jest. Such a comedian.
As the fam find out there are aliens about, but in actuality, they're just peaceful aliens. They are the Thajarians. They're a race that act as witnesses to those who die alone. After the marriage, and a wonderful quote from the Doctor,
Love abides in the face of everything.
partition goes through, and Umbreen flees, but Prem stays behind as the fam walk away. He is killed, and he dies by himself as the Thajarians witness. And the episode ends on a beautiful rendition of the theme tune. Now, the Doctor has ordered something on Space Amazon a long time ago, back when they had a bow tie.
What do you think? Still me?
And something suspicious is going on at Kablam! Don't pop the bubble wrap. The fam go undercover and, oh look, Lee Mack. Oh, he's dead. They find out some janitor guy who is absolutely simping for the girl from Bridgerton is taking advantage of the technology of Kablam. He's ready to kill millions of customers with evil bubble wrap and frame the robots because they are getting more human jobs. Buddy, there's a better way to get around this instead of murder. Yeesh! His plans get foiled and he dies along with all of those robots. We're going back in time and... Arrest the witch! Time to banish Satan's greatest foe in Lancashire, 1612. A landowner rich woman called Becca Savage is killing a lot of women to find Satan. The fam aren't too happy seeing her grandma getting drowned, but as they take up the mantle of Witchfinder generals, or at least Graham does.
And these are your underlings?
It's a very flat team structure. We all have our area of expertise.
Even the wee lassie?
Even me!
King James is here, played by the ever so wonderful Alan Cumming, and he really likes Ryan.
And what is your field of expertise, my Nubian prince?
The Doctor is being too Doctor Who-y and is of course accused of being...
Witch.
The Doctor survives being dunked thanks to a few tips from her weekend with Houdini.
Catch me or I go. Houdini.
They all notice something. It's Becca who is Satan. Muddy beings called the Moraks have escaped their prison on Pendle Hill and want to fill King James with their mud. Ugh. The fam managed to banish them back into their prison and save the king. They leave Lancashire, with King James even offering Ryan to stay with him. As they leave, Graham ends on a Tarantino note.
We will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
Ezekiel.
Tarantino.
The fam are then off to Norway, and a blind girl has lost their dad to a mirror with no reflection in somewhere called a buffer space between universes. The dad is actually in a mirrored universe with his wife, who has passed away, and suddenly Grace is there as well. So Graham is very torn. But it isn't real, and in the end it's a consciousness called the Solitract that wants to come to our universe, but it's not possible to coexist. The Solitract lets everyone go back home and talk to the Doctor, as a frog, with Grace's voice. It ends up letting the Doctor go and accepts they can't coexist.
I will dream of you out there.
But hey, at least Ryan calls Graham Grandad. That's cute.
Grandad.
The blind girl gets her dad back, and the fam leaves because it's now finale time, and that toothy pumpkin's back. Tim Shaw, he's back, but on the planet Ranskor Avkolos. First try, very easy to say. And Graham is out for murder.
I will kill it if I can.
As they all split up, they find out Tim Shaw has been here a while.
3,407 years.
I bet the 7 really dragged.
And influenced the religious-minded Ux, a very overpowered species that can physically manipulate reality. And of course, Tim wants to use that power to move planets to his will. The Doctor convinces the Ux that he's just a bad dude. So together, using the TARDIS, they put things right and Graham is ready to avenge Grace.
Sorry, Ryan.
But of course he doesn't. And he and Ryan chuck Tim into a stasis chamber.
So, as you're contemplating eternity, keep one name on your mind. Grace.
The Doctor leaves the Ux on a very hopeful note, and off they go. Time for the Christmas special. Oh, so now BBC want a New Year's special instead. And we can't have a series without Exterminate the Daleks. A recon Dalek landed centuries ago and was destroyed and separated into parts all over the planet. But in present day, humans found the parts and now it's back together. Of course. The Doctor returns to Earth with the fam and has a cool scarf. Oh, it's gone now. Ryan's dad is making an appearance to try and reconnect with Ryan, but Graham isn't too pleased. The Doctor is disappointed as well.
You weren't at Grace's funeral.
No.
Ryan waited for you. You let him down.
Elsewhere, a Dalek mutant has jumped on the back of Alison from Ghosts, who has been excavating underneath Sheffield, and this Dalek controls her to escape, steal a police car, and make a full-on Dalek armour for its slimy body.
What do you call this look? Junkyard chic.
The Doctor and Yaz save Lynn, but the Dalek escapes and goes on a killing rampage, and then heads off to GCHQ and turns the Wi-Fi off.
Suppose we'll have to have a conversation?
What?
In the end, the Doctor and her new fam are ready to stop this Dalek from summoning a Dalek fleet with the help of a microwave Ryan's dad, Aaron, brought with him. They destroy it, but the mutant latches onto Aaron and makes the Doctor take it to Skaro. In the end, the Doctor sends the mutant into a supernova, and they all return to Earth as Ryan reconciles with his dad, and they're ready for more adventures, and we get a cool transition as the TARDIS lifts off into time and space. We're now in a new decade. Do you like staying at home? Well, it's a good year for that. Stay 5 feet apart from everyone when going anywhere, and go mental because you created an emotional attachment to your Animal Crossing village. After little to no news that Doctor Who would be returning, on the 1st of January 2020, the fam are back. They've been called in by MI6 by C, played by Stephen Fry.
See?
Yes? To investigate mysterious deaths, and the only lead they have is a CEO called Daniel Barton. Suddenly, C is killed,
Go for your life.
and the fam escape from these creepy shadows. Just about. So, the Doctor sends Ryan and Yaz to investigate Barton, as the Doctor and Graham visit a friend of hers. Oh, another agent that's in the Outback. There are these glowing fellas called the Kasavan that pop up, and they transport Yaz to the Doctor from Daniel Barton's company. In the end, the fam get all together, and they team up with O, and they go undercover in suits to Barton's party to find the truth of the Kasavan. They rock up in pure Bond style.
The Doctor.
They find him, have a motorbike chase, all the way to the airport, and jump onto the plane. But Barton isn't on board, and O has a little secret to share.
I know something you don't know.
Look for the Spy Master. Or should I say, Spy Master.
Oh yes, the Master is back in a very classic drama queen reveal, as he reveals himself as the culprit behind everything, and uses the Kasavan to take the Doctor, and they blow up the front of the plane, leaving the fam to fall to their deaths. Also, love the TARDIS.
Oh, a bit Wicked Witch of the West.
In the next part, we're in the dimension of the aliens, the Kasavin. It looks like a forest or something. The Doctor ends up meeting with Ada Lovelace and grabs her hand, ending up in an invention exhibit in 1834, where they encounter...
Call me by my name.
Master.
The fam land the plane successfully thanks to the Doctor's time antics, leaving a little message from the future. But Barton has branded them as plane thieves.
Hello, friends. Or should I say, plane thieves.
And they are now fugitives. But hey, at least Graham got some cool shoes.
Don't make me do the old soft shoe shuffle.
So back with the Doctor and Ada, she manages to end up in Paris, World War II, with all this Kasavin dimension travelling, and they meet British spy Noor Inayat Khan, and the Doctor confronts the Master on the Eiffel Tower. She finds out Gallifrey is destroyed. Again? The Doctor makes a questionable decision to stop the Master.
Facial perception filter. Very easy to jam. Now they'll see the real you.
What did he say? She steals his TARDIS with her new gang to go back to the 21st century, where Barton is using the Kasavin for an evil plan involving technology. The Master pops up after having to live through the 20th century.
I've just had the most infuriating 77 years of my life.
And the Doctor stops the plan, and she sends the Master to the Kasavin dimension. He's very unhappy about that.
What the am I doing here?
The Doctor drops Ada and Noor back to their time and erases their minds of the adventure. And she goes to check out Gallifrey, and it's been burnt to the ground by no other than...
I did. I had to make them pay for what I discovered.
As is revealed in a recording to her. The Doctor bottles up their emotions and takes the fam for more adventures instead of getting therapy. Great choice, Doc. We're off for a spa retreat now, and oh god, outside the dome is terrifying. Also, where's Benny?
Where's Benny? But my Benny is missing. Benny, where are you? Benny! Which one of you hurt my Benny?
But Ryan gets with someone though, good for him. And this spa retreat was Earth all along?
Oh my god, I was wrong. It was Earth all along.
They leave this Earth and then save Jay from the In-Betweeners. Now to New York, and we meet Nikola Tesla, who's having a night of terror, as creatures known as the Scythera are lazy, and they want Tesla to fix their ship as they find out that he's pretty smart. They team up with Thomas Edison, and they end up sending the Scythera away using Tesla's technology. Yaz is pretty bummed out that his work isn't as remembered in the future, but the Doctor explains it's all because of him we have the internet. There's a fugitive in Gloucester, and the Jadoon are after them. Ruth is having a great day being a tour guide, but why have Jadoon closed off town? Why is this Kate guy so sus of Ruth's husband? And why is Captain Jack making out with Graham? Oh no, yeah, no, he does that actually, yeah. So yeah, Captain Jack Harkness is back, and he's piloting a ship that's crashing, and he teleports Ryan, Yaz, and Graham, so the Doctor can find out why some woman called Gat is after Ruth and Lee. This woman ends up killing Lee. And Ruth ends up beating the hell out of the Jadoon and follows Lee's advice to go to the lighthouse and break the glass. The Doctor is confused, and so is Ruth. As the Doctor digs up a blank gravestone outside the lighthouse, it reveals a police box. Is that a TARDIS? Ruth breaks the glass, and she steps out, absolutely dripped in the coolest outfit, as she reveals...
Hello, I'm the Doctor.
Huh? Whoa. Back with Jack as he's dropping some heavy exposition for the fam.
The lone Cyberman. Don't give it what it wants.
Okay. He teleports them back to Earth. The two Doctors don't recognize each other from past or future.
And how did I end up like that? All rainbows and trousers that don't reach.
I've never been anything like you. Trust me, I'd remember, especially that shirt.
And the mystery deepens. As they are taken by Gat and the Jadoon in Fugitive's TARDIS, the Ruth Doctor tricks Gat with a malfunctioning gun and it kills her. Also, Gat's a Time Lord. What is going on? What is division? What the hell? 13 gets dropped off with the fam on Earth, but with many questions and no answers and definitely no time for therapy. Aliens are trying to stop an infection called Praxeus in this globe-trotting story as the fam make new friends. People are dying from this infection as the fam try to make a cure in time with an ex-officer for his astronaut husband. In the end, they spread the cure on Earth, save the ex-police officer before he sacrifices himself, and then he shares a kiss with his husband.
Nice work, Doc.
What can I say? I'm a romantic.
Back to Sheffield now, and we are finding out more of the fam and their fears. As eternal beings, Zelen and Rakaya escape, and they feed off the nightmares from Earth. But luckily, in the end, the Doctor tricks these eternal beings back into imprisonment. We find out the Doctor isn't quite used to comforting her companions yet.
I'm still quite socially awkward.
And now we are with Mary Shelley and Knock Knock. Who's there? Really spooky things are happening in Villa Diodati on the night spooky tales are to be written. And there's something in the house that's lone, and it's also a Cyberman. Yup, it's here. We find out it's called Assad. It's after a thing called the Cyberium, a gloopy sentient AI that can help the Cyberman win the cyber wars in the future. The Doctor has to make the choice to give the lone Cyberman what it wants, despite Jack's directions.
Because sometimes this team structure isn't flat. It's mountainous, with me at the summit, in the stratosphere, alone.
They save history, but not quite Earth's future, as they need to stop Assad, as the episode ends on a very poignant poem.
Darkness had no need of aid from them. She was the universe.
It's finale time, and we get the hardest open ever. The fam arrive at the last outpost that humanity has to protect against the Cybermen in the far future. The Doctor and Ryan get separated from Yaz and Graham escaping Assad, and we suddenly see this story of an adopted Irish boy, becomes a policeman, survives a great fall, gifted a clock for their services in the future, and then they get their mind wiped. Back to the present, the Doctor and Ryan head to Ko-Shamus with some survivors, thinking it's a planet, but it's a guy who can help them survive by crossing the boundary. Graham, Yaz and survivors are stuck on this cyber ship with Assad, who is awakening a fleet of Cybermen to attack them. The Doctor and Co suddenly see Gallifrey on the other side, and suddenly...
It's a good entrance, right? Be afraid, Doctor, because everything is about to change. Forever.
As they step through into a destroyed Gallifrey, he's very proud of his work.
Look upon my work, Doctor, and despair.
You burned my house to the ground! My family's dead! What do I do? I'm gonna find you.
He teleports them to the Citadel, and he phones up Assad to invite him over for a little chin wag. Graham and Yaz knock up a plan on the ship to escape successfully, though. The Master suddenly locks the Doctor into the Matrix so she can get a little exposition of what the Timeless Child really is. So, what is the Timeless Child, you ask? Long, long ago, a traveller from Gallifrey called Tectean found a lone child abandoned underneath a portal. They end up adopting this child as their own. She takes them home, but then the child gets hurt when playing with their friend and ends up regenerating? Tectean is shocked and ends up experimenting on this child and extracts some of this ability into themselves. They end up founding the Time Lord civilization with this power.
You are the Timeless Child.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck you...
The Doctor is that child and can regenerate an infinite amount of times? But then their memories are erased by the Division, a shady, secret organisation that she used to work for. Oh, this could connect to that Irish policeman? How does the Ruth Doctor fit into this? How much has the Doctor had erased? And the big question, will fans be normal about this and not hurl abuse at each other and the showrunner? The Master teams up with Assad, promising him a new army, and invites him to Gallifrey. But of course, the Master betrays Assad by shrinking him and then takes on the Cyberium. Wow. He ends up using the dead Time Lord bodies to make a new race of Cyberman, or as they're now called, the Cybermasters.
The end of the universe itself!
Yaz, Ryan and Graham reunite, but meanwhile in the Matrix, iconic fugitive Doctor is here, and she helps the Doctor escape the Matrix by telling her to think of all the clips of the show and the theme tune. Oh look, those Morbius doctors are there. The Doctor gets the fam and survivors to a spare TARDIS that sends them back to Earth as she goes to go blow up Gallifrey to stop the Master. But suddenly, Ko Sharmus takes her place and the Doctor escapes back to the TARDIS. Gallifrey is destroyed. As our Doctor goes back to her TARDIS, she's suddenly arrested by the Judoon, and the Doctor is stuck in prison. So, Doctor Who gets a multimedia event starring, yes, the 10th Doctor. It's called Time Lord Victorious. So that happens. It looks quite expensive to follow.
Huh?
I don't think they'll do that again. After a while, Doctor Who Series 13 kicks off filming, and it's now confirmed this next series will be much shorter due to restrictions across the world. During all of this, things are happening online. People stuck at homes doing rewatches. Russell T Davies gets involved. He writes some short stories, one even addressing the passing of Sarah Jane in the Doctor Who universe. It's crazy. We're getting plenty of new content. Jodie's in a wardrobe, David Tennant and Catherine Tate are watching Journey's End, and they're all live tweeting how fun it was. How nice! What a nice time. Back to the actual series now. Revolution of the Daleks is up next, and we see the return of Captain Jack Harkness as he breaks the Doctor out from prison in a Super Monkey Ball kind of way.
Have you had work done?
You can talk.
And the Dalek that died in that last Dalek episode, its casing is stolen by the Tories. I mean, the government, and they make drones out of them. The fam investigate what's happening, and it's the Trump knockoff from the Spider episode selling these Daleks off. Yaz is staying in the TARDIS house, trying to find out where the Doctor is because she's obsessed. Suddenly the Doctor bursts back into their lives with Captain Jack.
Hey, Silver Fox.
Hello.
We were worried about you. Oh, how long's it been?
10 months.
Yeesh, that's a while. Anyway, they had to go stop those Daleks now, because these new cool black drone Daleks have been busy making themselves mutants, and they're ready to invade Earth. They end up killing the Prime Minister, so the Doctor has to call upon a death squad of Daleks to stop these drone ones, because of how impure they are.
Exterminate the impurity! Exterminate the impurity!
So, to get rid of these golden boys now, she tricks them into the house TARDIS.
Like obedient little pets.
Daleks are not pets of the Doctor! Attack the TARDIS!
And squishes them, sending them into the void, so no more Daleks. Jack, Ryan and Graham blow up the Dalek ship and everyone returns safely. Captain Jack leaves now.
You look like you've got something to say. Do you?
Yes, I certainly do.
I'm gonna stick around on Earth and catch up with her. I'll call you.
And drops a Gwen shout out. The Doctor, ready for some more adventures, but Ryan and Graham take a step back.
I think I'm gonna stay here. I want to be at home with my grandson.
As they are ready to leave the TARDIS, but Yaz is very keen to stay on.
Are you gonna stay? Yeah, definitely.
As they share one last hug as the fam.
Bye, fam.
We'll miss you guys. In July, Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall confirmed that this next series will be their last. Along with 3 more specials airing in 2022, the next era of Doctor Who is left completely unknown for the first time in a while. So, we're getting a new companion, and it's Dan Lewis, played by John Bishop. After much secrecy, the next series is confirmed to be one long story told across 6 episodes. After much waiting, the next series of the show is called Flux.
The Flux.
The Flux?
The Flux. The Flux.
And the show kicks off its season on the 31st of October.
Halloween. Trick or treat.
And we are with Yaz and the Doctor trying to release themselves from handcuffs. After chasing Carven Easter, an alien dog. Something's going on with those tunnels in Liverpool as well. Cut to present day Liverpool and we meet Dan Lewis, a Liverpudlian who just wants to make others happy and give away soup and date Diane.
What's the point of being alive if it's not to make others happy?
Just kidding, here he is.
What's the point of being alive? Oh,
take a couple of them for tonight.
Go on, get off with yous. Oh, what's the point of being alive if it's not to make others die? Oh. I'm good at this.
A sound fella, back with the Doctor, who gets a vision that somewhere across space, Division, yes, those guys, have been bamboozled by a dangerous prisoner who escapes and tells the Doctor,
"Trick or treat, Doctor."
The Doctor and Yaz land in Liverpool on Halloween, and Dan has been taken by a dog alien. It's Carvanista, and the Doctor finds this out as his house shrinks. Whoops. A woman called Claire is suddenly stalked by a weeping angel, and she is taken. The Doctor and Yaz chase after Carvanista on his ship as Yaz saves Dan, whilst the Doctor wants to know about Division, as Carvanista is a known agent. But no time for that, because there's the threat. Carvanista reveals his kind are on the way to Earth to save humanity, as they are species bonded with each human. Aww. And he's bonded with Dan. No, I don't want to see that art. The Doctor and Yaz take Dan and escape Carvanista, and suddenly another vision, as our bad guy Swarm tells the Doctor,
"Our final fight has begun."
As she doesn't even remember him. We see the Flux approach, and the Sontarans are here, ready to make their move on Earth. Diana was promised a date with Dan, but she's then taken by Azur, sister of Swarm, our two new serving baddies of the season. Oh yeah, there's this guy called Vinder, who strands on a space base as well. The Flux closes in on everybody, as the Doctor tries their best to stop it. Carvanista and his species create a blockage to protect Earth, but we're left on a cliffhanger as the Flux closes in on the gang and the pieces are set for the season. Sontaha! Primerian War, Sontarans, Mary Seacole and dumb humans. The gang wake up on the battlefield due to the events of the Flux, as Yaz is then taken somewhere called Atropos, along with a bloke called Vinder, and Dan is taken to present-day Liverpool. Our gang are separated. The Doctor and Dan have trouble with Sontarans in each of their time periods.
Take your hat off, mate! Ah, on second thoughts, put it back on!
As the Potato Boys snuck past the Lupari shields as the Flux approached, ready to take Earth in all its history. The Doctor and Mary Seacole scout out the army and find out that they want to change history and be a part of it to take Earth for themselves. As the invasion has started in present day, Dan stops them with a frying pan.
How'd you like that, eh? Pan-fried Sontaran.
And the help of Doggo Boy Carvanista. Unable to get back into the TARDIS, the Doctor uses her wits with the help of Mary Seacole and the British Army to poison the Sontaran air supply to make them retreat. But of course, a bloodthirsty British Army general bombs them instead. Dan stops the Sontarans with the help of his parents briefly, a wok, and right at the end, the help of his dog, Carvanista. Yaz and Vinder are asked to repair Atropos, as it's where time basically lives. Like the embodiment of it. I don't know, yeah. But stylish villains Swarm and Azur come along with their passenger. The Doctor gets back into the TARDIS and collects Dan and goes to grab Yaz, but then finds out Swarm has trapped both Yaz and Vinder as replacements for the dead Maury gatekeepers of time. Swarm, knowing time going through them will kill them both, and snaps his fingers as the Doctor begs. The Doctor has leapt into the time storm to save them, as our companions are flung around their time stream, and the Doctor tries to grab them. Yaz is a police officer again, and she's playing video games with her sister, Dan on a date with Diane, and Vinder reliving his trauma of being a good man against a dictator called the Grand Serpent. Pompous much? But the Doctor is reliving the time she stopped Swarm and Azur the first time on Atropos, as the fugitive Doctor. We find out her companion was Carvanista, and they're a part of Division. The passenger creature traps humans because it's like a vessel of some sort. The Doctor hid those priests in the passenger back then and saved the day. Okay. She's taken out of this flashback and wants to know more, and is confronted with an older woman telling her that it's futile to stop the Flux and that it's all the Doctor's fault. The Doctor's sent back and saves the day like they did before. Throughout this, a weeping angel has pursued Yaz, and another plot is a woman called Belle, escaping Cybermen and Daleks from the Flux, as we find out she's trying to find Vinder and comforts her
as your unborn child.
As your unborn child.
As your unborn child.
After sorting things out and fixing everything on the planet, Swarm and Azure reveal they knew this would happen and show Diane stuck in passenger, then peace out. 13 is still a bit traumatized and kinda gaslights Yaz.
And what it's got to do with me?
Why would it have anything to do with you?
Does everything have to be a discussion? Go on.
She drops Vinder off back on his home planet, which has been destroyed, along with a direct phone to her, and Yaz checks on her phone in the TARDIS as they are going away, and boom! A weeping angel comes out of her phone.
The angel has the TARDIS!
The gang stop the angel just in time, and they land in Mediton, 1967, an English village searching for a missing girl. The Doctor splits up from Dan and Yaz to follow her Sonic like Scooby-Doo after a Scooby snack. Yaz and Dan are trying to help find the girl, and they are then confronted by a weeping angel in a field, and they're sent back to 1901. So, remember Claire from before? Well, she's here with a Professor Jericho who's studying her brain, but something's going on with her. The Doctor finds Claire and Professor Jericho as suddenly weeping angels surround the building and break in. Oh, and also, there's an angel in Claire as well. The Doctor jumps into her mind and finds out the angels are after Claire's angel, and this was an angel that was in the TARDIS that brought them here. How many times do I have to say angel? This angel has information about the Doctor and Division. So, the Doctor, Claire and Jericho with many frightening encounters. Dan and Yaz find the girl where they find out the village is in space or something? It's been quantum extracted, I know. We find out this village goes missing on this date without a trace. The Doctor and Claire escape, but Jericho gets sent back in time. As the Doctor emerges from the tunnel, she's confronted with the gang in 1901 on one side, but then a whole load of angels waiting, and they don't attack her, but they reveal...
Because they'll take you instead. You are recalled. To Division.
No. Please. Please don't say that.
Claire was the bait, and the whole thing was a trap. The Doctor is then turned into a weeping angel.
Oh my God. My Shayla. My Shayla.
And our gang are stuck in 1901. Bella's finding out how messed up the universe is from the Flux, with Neil from the In-Betweeners. And how Azure is taking people with Passenger. She leaves as Vinder catches up with her, ready to find her again, but she's already gone. Now, the Doctor de-angelifies and is among a load of other angels.
Blinking.
As she's then transported to Division, and we come face to face with that woman again. Yaz, Dan and Jericho are travelling across the world trying to find the exact date of the end of the universe. They are raiding temples, going on ships, missing their girlfriend, dumping a body into the ocean, growing beards, painting messages to their dog, and finally going through the Williamson tunnels in Liverpool and meeting the man himself. And they learn there are too many doors to different worlds and times underneath Liverpool. So, back to the Doctor, we finally meet Tectean.
Can't tell me what to do, you ain't my mother! Yes, I am!
As she reveals that the Flux was made to get rid of the previous universe and the Doctor in it to go on to the next one. Also, the Division is so hidden because they are outside our universe. Oh, look, an Ood! The Doctor is pissed because she blames Tectean for stealing her life. And look, there's a fob watch. Does it have those memories of the Doctor? Tectean even offers the Doctor to help her rejoin Division and find the truth of her origins.
If you really knew me, you'd know I'd never agree to any of this.
In 1958, that Grand Serpent guy is messing with history, and he helps develop UNIT all the way to it closing down in 2017 as Kate Stewart, yep, she's back, catches onto his scheme.
I see you.
He ends up lowering Earth's defense to invite the Sontarans for a second invasion, as Kate goes underground. Bella's going around the universe in a stolen Lupari ship, and Carvanista wants to fix the barricade and brings it back. He boards to stop Belle, but suddenly, Sontarans. Vinda gets taken prisoner by Swarm and Azur as they are trying to do evil schemes. He ends up joining Diane in Passenger. Swarm and Azur use the energy from Passenger and the victims to get to Division. They kill Tecteun and they're ready to kill the Doctor. Now we get to the finale of Flux and there's a lot to unravel. Sontarans are invading again. The Grand Serpent is being sneaky and the Doctor is in trouble. But she escapes Swarm and Azur and removes the conversion plate, keeping her safe in Division outside the universe. But this ends up splitting her into 3 copies. One in Division, one in Bell's ship with Carvanista, and the other in the Liverpool tunnels. Vinda and Diane pop out of Passenger successfully, but they don't know what to do. But Vinda ends up calling on the Doctor. Yaz, Dan, Jericho and Williamson defeat some Sontarans and escape through a door to 2021 and come face to face with Kate Stewart and the TARDIS. And then suddenly...
Here? Where's here?
The Doctor!
Wait.
Aww. They go off and recruit Claire from 1967 to stop the flux and find its coordinates. The Doctor with Carvanista and Bell crash their ship to be taken by the Sontarans on Earth, and those evil potato bastards killed all the Lupari, leaving Carvanista as the last of his kind? The Doctor is interrogated by the Grand Serpent, but that doesn't go to plan.
Is that what your parents called you? Oh, look, darling. So cute.
As she saves herself and uses his snaky, gross powers against him, they escape with themselves, Dan and Yaz, with a little flirt.
Wow, you're cute. Yes, so are you.
They get the exact coordinates for the flux, and the Sontarans ask the Cybermen and the Daleks for an alliance on Earth, but this is a trap to get them killed by the flux. As Vinda calls the Doctor, she goes to grab him and Diane, and they grab Passenger as well. Swarm and Azur reveal to the Doctor they want to play the flux on the loop, killing the universe over and over and over again as revenge against the Doctor for defeating them. As Claire is sent on her mission with Jericho, she gets back to the TARDIS, but Jericho is taken by the oncoming flux. Rest in peace. No time to mourn though, because the flux is coming, and the Doctor has a plan to trick not only the Cybermen and the Daleks, but the Sontarans too, as she puts the Lupari shield behind the Sontarans, and the flux kills them all. Some of the flux is still going, so she uses the Passenger to suck all of it up into it. But we're not done yet. Our Doctor is still in threes. Swarm and Azur take the Doctor to the planet Atropos, and are ready to sacrifice her to Time itself. But Time isn't happy. So it kills off Swarm and Azur. Oh! And the Doctor keeps her watch at least. Time takes on the form of the Doctor and reunifies her as one, but reveals that she should be aware of the forces that mass against her.
And their master.
Kate and Vinda maroon the Grand Serpent on an asteroid, as Bell and Vinda with Carvanista end up travelling together. Dan asks Diane on a date, and she declines. So, the Doctor offers Dan to travel with them, and he accepts. In the TARDIS, Yaz and the Doctor have a moment, and she apologises to Yaz and is ready to share her traumas and truths with her.
I want to tell you everything. I'd like that.
Hey! You two should kiss!
The Doctor drops the watch into the TARDIS, ready to never see it again. During all of this, RTD has a plan. 13's final episodes ring in with the new year, as it's the eve of the Daleks, and the gang get Groundhog Day in a warehouse, with Daleks wanting to execute our gang with their new friends, Sarah and Nick, who are trying to help. As the time loop resets, they get exterminated each time, and it gets harder as time is getting shorter. Yaz ends up admitting to Dan that she has feelings for the Doctor.
Have you ever told her?
Is it that obvious? I've never told anyone, not even myself.
My Shayla!
Dan tells the Doctor.
No, I mean, she likes you.
I don't understand what you're saying, Dan.
Alright, Dan. So they end up blowing the facility with fireworks and they stop the Daleks. As they watch the fireworks, the Doctor stares at Yaz. Oh, and Carl's here. Remember Carl? Sarah and Nick end up travelling together and our team heads off on their new adventure.
There once was a ship, I'll tell you this. The name of the ship was the TARDIS.
The Sea Devils are here!
What?
And we meet Pirate Queen, Madam Ching.
Madam Ching! Pirate Queen!
The Sea Devils are being little rascals and want to flood Earth, but at least Yaz and 13 get some alone time under the sea, as the Doctor basically admits her feelings for Yaz.
If I was going to, believe me, it'd be with you.
Yaz is flabbergasted. They stop the Sea Devils from being little devils and do some sword fighting. The episode ends on Dan calling up Diane for a little chinwag, and the Doctor and Yaz have a little DMC.
I wish this would go on forever.
Which it does. They kiss and they live happily ever after. No, of course not, it's regeneration time. The BBC answer the door. Doctor Who's next showrunner is here, and it's only bloody Russell T Davies again? He's ready to return to write the 60th and beyond? A couple months later, phones go off. A little notification from Doctor Who. Ncuti Gatwa is the new Doctor.
Oh no, he's hot!
No numbering, just new? Huh. But wait. More news is coming. David Tennant and Catherine Tate are returning for the 60th specials. We haven't even had Joni's final episode yet. It's the 23rd of October, 2022. The Power of the Doctor airs. And it's Jodie's final episode and the centenary year of the BBC. Chasing a space train invaded by Cybermasters, our gang tries to save a precious cargo. A little girl. Dan has a near-death experience on the train and is ready to leave the Doctor and Yaz. Bye-bye, Dan. We're gonna miss you, buddy. The Doctor suddenly gets a message from a Dalek traitor wanting to help the Doctor defeat their Daleks. Huh? The Doctor and Yaz track this child to a metal moon in the sky above Russia 1917, and the child is actually an energy being powering this planet, which is, of course, the Cybermasters. On Earth, Ace and Tegan are here, and they're wondering why paintings are missing and seismologists are also missing. Tegan also received a tiny little Cyberman. Ooh, apparently it's from the Doctor. As the Doctor arrives at unit to an awkward meeting with Ace and Tegan,
How have you been? Like you care.
they find out that these paintings all have the face of Rasputin, or as we all know it,
The Master. What?
the Master is here and meets the Doctor in Naples and reveals.
This is the day you are erased from existence.
Unit capture the Master and the Doctor and Yaz take him back to London to be imprisoned. He doesn't quite go easy on everyone.
Your dad was an idiot.
Tegan Joe Funker.
How's your Auntie Vanessa? You keep her in a little doll's house. And Ace! Then the Doctor ditched you.
Last time I saw you, you were half cat.
Man's allowed to experiment.
The Doctor and Yaz go find that rogue Dalek, but the Doctor gets captured and is taken away. And Vinder is back. He crashes onto that cyber planet. In present day, the Master ends up using that tiny Cyberman to reveal it has more Cybermen inside it, including Assad. Yeah, he was cloned apparently. And they take over Unit HQ as Ace escapes, but Tegan and Kate stay behind, ready to blow up Unit HQ with the Cybermen inside. The Master escapes to Russia in full Rasputin gear to tell the Doctor his plan, and he teams up with the Cybermen and the Daleks for his Cyber Master Dalek plan?
Cyber Dalek Master plan on this. Cyber Master's Dalek plan, I can't quite get it.
His plan is that he's going to force regenerate the Doctor into himself, using that metal energy planet thingy. And of course, he does it in the most master way.
Got no peace for the week, whatever. Singing in the street, I'm playing Coachella. Not a champagne life.
And here is the next Doctor, oh dear. Yaz manages to pirate the TARDIS to Russia, but the newly regenerated Doctor Master takes the TARDIS with Yaz, ready to trash the Doctor's name. They land on a desolate planet where Yaz pushes him out. In his new outfit, that's mixed with different Doctor's clothes. Yaz goes off to get Vinder as the Master waits patiently, playing the recorder. We find out where our Doctor is, and they're on the edge of regeneration. They're confronted with no other than themselves.
This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever. I think about this every day.
And the 8th Doctor is looking fine.
I don't do robes.
There's always one.
I am a manifestation of our consciousness. I can wear what I like.
She has to get back to herself. So, our companions get AI versions of the Doctor to help them out. Yaz grabs Ace and drops her off to blow up the Daleks, and she gets her moment with Seven.
We're good.
Oh, we're more than good. We're Ace.
My heart And Graham's in this volcano as well. They use her homemade dynamite to blow up the Daleks. Then Tegan, back at Unit HQ, gets her moment with 5.
Well, what am I thinking seeing all these Cybermen?
Adric. No. Braveheart.
My Shayla!
She saves Kate and blows up Unit with the Cyberman, and Yaz and Vinda grab the Master and trick him with the icon.
I'm the Doctor, mate. Who the hell are you?
Fugitive Doctor. They use the Cybermaster regen energy to restart the Force regen, and boom, our Doctor is back. The Doctor grabs everybody and they go to stop the metal planet, and Vinda goes on his way home. The Doctor frees the energy source, telling it to destroy the planet, and she goes back to the TARDIS and she saves the day and kisses Yaz. Of course not. The Master teleports in, mortally wounds the Doctor, and she falls to the ground, and Yaz heroically carries her into the TARDIS. The Doctor wakes up and realises it's time.
I need more time. I want more time!
They share an ice cream and sit on the TARDIS watching Earth.
Loved being with you, Yaz. And I have loved being me.
But 13 is ready to do this bit alone. She drops off Yaz, but luckily bumps into Graham Dan, who are attending a companion support group with Kate Stewart, Mel, Joe, Tegan Ace, and the greatest of all time, Ian Chesterton. My heart cannot physically take this. Yaz is comforted knowing wherever the Doctor is, they will be fine. The Doctor finds the blossomiest blossom and steps out the TARDIS to take in her final breath and words.
Doctor, whoever I'm about to be, tag. You're it.
The regeneration starts, and it is beautiful. But wait, the clothes are changing. That's not Ncuti, that's...
I know this, T.
Okay then. Unknown actor David Tennant takes on the role of the 14th Doctor.
What?
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to these cool Patreons for supporting me. You can go join them, it helps me and the channel. But please don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. But also, a really big thank you to everyone who subscribed to me over the past 2 years and getting me to 12k. It seems like yesterday I posted the first part and we were waiting patiently for the new era of Doctor Who to begin. But now the 15th Doctor has already left, so that part will be imminent. Not very imminent, just soon. Anyway, stay around for more videos coming, and I'll see you soon. Bye!